welcome back to Waste Some Time with Jason Green. I am Jason Green. It's Wednesday and we're back live. It's been a little while. Last time we saw you, Wednesday 13, Sean Clark and myself were getting ready for the OC Fair. And maybe some of you have seen the video. It's linked in the description. So if you haven't, after this, you can watch it. I always say it's very difficult to get the three of our schedules to sync because we all live different lives. Wednesday between recording his new album, getting ready to tour, appearances. Sean, as you know, is a Books for Convention All-Stars, his company, where he's pretty much at a convention every weekend with different guests, and then myself on the road with Stephen Piercy. So it's very rare we can find a day when we're all home. Wednesday works well, the day, because most of us are sort of, at least Sean and I are more weekend warriors. Sean is going to join us at some point today from, I believe, the airport. I think he's going to be at the Harry Reams International Airport in Las Vegas. Wednesday is going to join us from his man cave in a secret location. We've got a lot to talk about, and for the next hour, you guys are going to have so much fun. I can't even begin to tell you. So stick around. Just wanna waste some time with you. Sometimes it seems too good to be true. Nobody out there to waste time with you. All right, here we are. Let's bring Wednesday 13 in. How are you, Wednesday?
I'm good. What's up? Long time no see.
It's good to see you. I like the new background. It's exciting, visually appealing.
I have been redecorating all week, and this is the new room. I've moved from the other room into this room, and if you guys don't even know what that means, then it doesn't really matter because you don't know my whole setup. But you do now because you've been in my house.
Yeah, so I went over. I visited the palatial Wednesday estate, and it was beautiful. It was great. What a cool setup. It's motivated me to get my own stuff, more on display. I like the way you have things in the cases, and Sean as well, and LED lights and all the things that show off these toys that us as grown men are collecting. So I'm glad. I was glad to see it. And are you losing your mind being at home? I feel like you might be getting a little stir crazy.
Yes, I hate it. As you heard, and fans have heard, my tour got postponed. And
what? Oh my God! What am I going to do with these tickets? I was going to scalp tickets to every show.
Yeah, so I'm home for a few more weeks now before I head out again. So I decided to use that time to go do stuff like the fair and go to concerts, and went to see Alice Cooper, went to see Tough. So I'm making the most out of it. So doing Halloween stuff, decorating my house. I bought 2 coffin shelves today. I'm sure my neighbors thought it was pretty funny watching us carry 2 life-size coffins in the house.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Enjoy the time, because at some point you're going to be in every country again and traveling, and so enjoy the time and enjoy Halloween time at home, because it's definitely a good season. It's strange that it's August and yet Spirit Halloweens have already come in and people are celebrating, ourselves included. Halloween comes a little earlier every year.
Yeah, it's well, I mean, I'm pretty spoiled living in LA and having all the like I live 5 minutes from Halloween Town, so it's always, I can always go see that stuff. And then right down this block from there is a place called Blast from the Past, and it has everything that Halloween Town doesn't have. And so I'm kind of used to all that stuff, but it is great to see it in all the stores, and you can go into every place and see pumpkins and all that stuff. It makes me happy.
Well, and I say to people, you'll hear a lot of people go, "Oh, I live Halloween every day." But in the case of you and I and Sean Clark, it's true. I don't just put all this stuff behind me for Halloween. In fact, at Halloween, I don't know what to do with it because it always looks like this. I have to
Hmm.
add seasonal items. But anyway, Halloween uh, can be a way of life. But yeah, as you mentioned, the U.S. tour, the tour with Cold Chamber and a bunch of other bands I don't know,
Hmm.
is postponed. And people who bought meet and greets, they're going to receive a refund for that.
Yeah, I'm
Right?
pretty sure everything's already been refunded. My
Good.
guy at the VIP company that handles everything, I think the day it was announced, he had refunded everything except for one. So
Uh-huh.
so I didn't have any horrible feedback. We're not on the rescheduled dates. We will be doing our own headline tour around that time because the reschedule for this tour is right around the time we're putting the new record out. So I didn't want us to be the out on a support tour when we should be doing our own headline tour and making the fans wait this long. We had to do a headline run. So look for that announcement coming soon. I'm waiting to get the final routing and all that stuff. So it'll still be a few weeks before that's announced. But we will be doing a tour, and it's going to be a busy year next year for us.
Well, that works better for me personally because I didn't really want to watch those other bands. So
All
now,
right.
so I
Yeah.
thank you for making sure that I was able to see less of those bands and more Wednesday 13.
There you
I
go.
just
See, I did it.
got,
I did it for you.
Mhm. Yeah, no, you're a good friend. I just got back. I was on the road. I went to Branson, Missouri. I don't think I've ever been there before. It was very nice. And from
Mhm.
Branson, Missouri, I went to Gatlinburg, Tennessee.
Been
Uh,
there.
I saw a lot of your kinfolk probably
Hmm.
in down in the South. I did see Bojangles, which is your favorite. They're on every corner.
Yeah, they're pretty much everywhere, and I can't wait till it's everywhere over here.
Yeah,
The
well,
dream.
Vegas is getting theirs very soon. Uh,
Hmm.
this Branson thing was strange, and when Sean joins us, we'll talk about the fair and whatever he's got going on. But Branson was an event called Retro Mania. It was a first-time festival. They've never done this before, and it seems like they're trying to compete with some of the other '80s festivals and cruise type things. Um, they were organized. The money was good, cleared, and they had an interesting lineup. The thing now with these rock festivals is they're trying to mix it up. They're not trying to have one genre. I personally think you should do different genres on different days. Hair metal could be one day, classic rock could be the other day, '80s. But the lineup the day we were there was Jesus Jones. Do you remember Jesus Jones?
Yes, they just played the whiskey the other night. I saw them. I saw dude had posted a video.
Yeah, right here, right
Jake. Yeah.
now. And then Stephen Piercy, Lou Graham, the real voice of Foreigner, and then White Ranger, Night Ranger, excuse me, Night Ranger. They were there as well. I could do without. I shouldn't say anything, but anyway. And then the next day was even crazier. They had Quiet Riot, but then they had Bobby Brown of New Edition,
Oh, not Bobby Brown of Cherry Pie.
My Prerogative. Yeah.
Okay, I'm familiar with both.
Yeah, and then they had Vince Neil. What a strange bill. And then they had celebrities hosting, but they picked the strangest celebrities. When we got there, we saw Jameson Newlander, who plays Alan Frog in The Lost Boys,
Hmm.
but nobody knew who that was. And I guess they were going to show a screening of The Lost Boys, but I don't think anyone was going to go. I will say this event was not very well attended. First time they were doing it at the same time as the Monsters on the Mountain festival. They were ambitious, but who really knows Jameson Newlander? Then there was another actor. His name was Johnny V. He was in Savage Streets. Nobody knows who that is.
Hmm.
And then Jimmy, the Mouth of the South Heart, was there,
Jimmy
the
Hart. Okay,
wrestling manager. Yeah.
right.
he was in a band called the Gentrys, and he had a song called "Keep On Dancing." "Keep On Dancing's been covered by a lot of punk bands and fun song. I heard he's 80 years old. He looks exactly the same.
Still
He
got
had
the
his
sunglasses.
sunglasses and the megaphone,
Mm-hmm.
but he would like appear in the lobby, but most people weren't really interested. He would take like a picture and then he would take a break. And then he would take a picture and then he would take a break. He took a lot of breaks.
He's 80.
Um, 80, yeah. And
Yeah.
then Pauly Shore was hosting the last night. I didn't see him, but Andy Dick was there. And I don't know if you've Googled Andy Dick lately, but this guy's got a lot of problems. You know, I couldn't even list all the accusations,
Mm-hmm.
criminal activity. Hey, this guy's shady. But
Right.
Stephen Bloss and I hung out with him a little bit. It was interesting. I think he told Bloss he was going to grab his dick. I, I think.
Sounds about right. I was
Hmm.
walking out through Hollywood one day, and he fell out of a bar, like right in front of me, like
Hmm.
on the ground. I went, whoa, there's Andy Dick.
I don't know how he's alive. I saw him back at the Rainbow when I was hanging out with Ron Jeremy, another interesting person. And Andy Dick was hiding drinks in his jacket at last call. You know, he would like leave with a full glass in
I've,
his
I've
jacket.
done that. I've done that trick. It's a
Have
famous
you?
trick.
Okay.
Oh yeah, yeah. It's a famous trick. You're like, oh, phew,
Mhm.
last call. Okay, yeah, right.
Well, you're shedding
Mhm.
some light for those who are going to.
Yeah, yeah. It's like the Little Rascals trick where they get on each other's shoulders and make one person to get into the movie. It's very
Mhm.
similar, but it's an alcoholic thing.
Alcoholic thing. Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
we don't. We're not saying you should be an alcoholic, but if you
No,
are, this is
no.
how you get your drink out at
There-
at last call. So it was strange. They had this one big hotel that looked like a plantation, and then behind it looked kind of like the quarters, if you know what I mean.
Mhm.
And that's where we were staying. And then they had this one little room that was for hospitality, and at any time you can go in there and you could eat, and which was nice. They had pretty good catering, I would say. But you would be sitting around with Alan Frog and Lou Graham, and Lou Graham is the coolest guy in the world. I couldn't believe how cool he was. He just stood and chatted, and I've never seen the guys in Steven's band care about somebody famous until Lou Graham. Matt Thorne, who doesn't care about anybody, he came running. He wanted to ask him. Matt's a producer. He wanted to ask him about working with Mutt Lang,
Mhm.
and and Lou just told us the best stories. He told us about jamming with Led Zeppelin. He sang Black Dog right in front of us. He was imitating how he was on stage singing it. And Lou Graham is one of those guys. I don't think he's going to live another 20 years. I'm being kind, but
You
or-
didn't bring up any of the bad stuff with the foreigner guy, like the
I
didn't the whole thing start with them over the I want to know what love is publishing.
that I you know more than me, but that
I,
sounds
I
accurate.
recently watched something and the videos I saw. That's why I'm glad to hear he was being cool, because videos I saw, he's very bitter, and he was giving Kelly Hansen, is that his name?
Mhm.
That's doing his thing now. He was giving him a hard time. So he looked like he was a real
I'm
cranky guy, but I'm
I'm
glad to hear
team
he's
Lou,
not.
I'm team Lou Graham. I don't want to hear this guy from Hurricane singing
You don't want
foreigner.
to hear the lead singer of Hurricane singing Foreigner?
No, I want him to
Come
hear him
on.
sing. I want to hear him sing "I'm On to You" and "Living Over the Edge."
I'm
But
on to you. I'm on to you.
when he's on stage, he's a little bit of a douche. That Kelly Hansen. He yells at people about using their cell phones, and he acts like he's the guy. He's not the guy. Lou Graham is the guy. Mick Jones is a real. I'm Team Lou Graham. Anyway, and he put on a good show. And his bass player for the night was the fretless wonder himself, Tony Franklin.
What?
Isn't that crazy? He had frets though. I think
Hmm.
he put them on just for this show.
Uh,
But he
you
had a
can do
great
that.
band. And I ran into a former murder doll, which I seem to do all the time these days.
Eric was there again. He's a Night Ranger. Yeah.
Eric Griffin, formerly of the Murder Dolls, when there is no Murder Dolls. So,
Hmm.
you know,
We're all
but
formerly. We're all
yeah,
formerly here.
at this point, all formerly. But
Hmm.
he does monitors for Night Ranger. And
Eric's been doing monitors for years out here in LA, I think at the Fonda and another place. But I remember first time I seen him doing monitors was for the band Killing Joke, and the front guy yelled at Eric for a monitor. I think he yelled at everybody, but I was scared for Eric when he yelled at him. I was like, oh my god,
monitors,
fix Eric, fix it, hurry, he's going to kill you.
Monitors could be the scariest job because you're on the stage with the band. And
I wouldn't want to be. I am an evil person when stuff isn't working, because you're in the moment and you're starting to scream at someone. You don't realize that you're just, yeah, it's not good.
Eric does a good job. Those guys all use in-ears. There are no monitors on stage, so technically he's in charge of their in-ears. And I was told that Jack Blades really liked him, and they've kept him out, and he's been out there for quite some time. So it was an interesting trip. It was a nice area, but not much around, sort of in the middle of nowhere. This was an ambitious festival. They say they're doing it again next year, no matter what. It's coming back. So it was fun to hang out with the guys I know, guys in Quiet Riot, and people that I see on a regular basis. It's strange when you do this kind of traveling that you run into people in different cities, and sometimes you have time to talk, and sometimes you don't. When I should point out, when I first got there, we went to see Tiffany. Tiffany is a friend of mine. I think we're alone now, and she was driving from Nashville. She almost didn't make the show, but her and her guitar player put on a show, and it was a lot of fun. Tiffany's got some good rock songs, and it was nice to catch up with her. I think she's going to come back on the show soon. But just to show you how weird this lineup was, Tiffany, Bobby Brown, Vince Neil, Stephen Pearcy. It was
that's a pretty diverse crowd.
Pretty strange. I'd like to see them succeed because it was fun. I think there wasn't enough to do in the area. This thing would have been good on a cruise, something like that, where you're stuck. And I watch bands when there's nothing else to do. And in that case, and I'm going to get to these comments. There's tons of them. I see everyone is asking questions, but I feel like we got to talk first, and then we can try to go through questions. Although here's one that fits right now. Does anyone Stephen Pearcy's band use in-ear monitors? Bloss uses them. Matt uses them. They mix their own settings. They have little portable mixers. Wednesday 13 uses it, as you can see.
Well, I haven't got that. I got my first pair of custom mold ears for the tour, and the tour's not happening, so I got to wait a few more weeks to try these out. But these are in-ear mic. You can keep talking. I will show people what they are if they want to see what they are. So,
but did you use them before? Do you like them?
I've never had custom molds made. I've had just regular earpieces, like anything you could buy. Like I used to use like Skull Candy earpieces, just because I used to just wear one earpiece. But we all decided to try ears this time, and I got these made. You can see, where's the camera at there?
Yeah, and you save you save some space on stage because you don't need all those wedges now, right?
You could still use the wedges. I hear you can still hear them, and I don't know if I'm gonna like it or not. I got a feeling I'm gonna end up using one of these guys, and but I'm excited to try it. I listened to a bunch of music, and it sounds great, and it's cool. This is something new. I hope I don't hate it. I got a feeling I'm gonna hate it, but I got them. This is a company out of Florida called Dream Ears. If you guys want to check them out, you can look at them up on my Instagram. But that's them, and I'll be checking those out in October.
Nice. Yeah, well, that is you got to wait a little bit longer, but
a little bit longer, a little more time to use my little friend.
Yeah. Say hello to your little friend.
My little friend.
So the strange thing about this booking was it was one show, so everyone else flew right home. I chose to go to this Monsters on the Mountain festival. It wasn't the best lineup to me. I skipped the first night. Great White was the only thing there. I don't know. Then the next day, I was there to see bears and have a wild vacation and go to Dollywood. So Michelle and I flew to Knoxville. We rented a car. We drove from Knoxville to Gatlinburg. We rode a ski lift, and we went to the top of a mountain, and we walked on creaky bridges, and we had barbecue. It was a little scary. The things I do for monetization. And then the next day we got up early. Well, actually, no. It was strange. I feel like I don't get appreciated enough in this rock world. Wednesday, a lot of people don't like content creators. They don't like the word. They don't like influencers. And the reason is they're jealous that they can't make any money doing this. So they get mad at the little girl on TikTok who's getting rich. I support everyone. Do what you got to do. But so I decided I would sit outside the Monsters on the Mountain Festival, not attend, and that I would meet everyone. I did my own meet and greet on a bench. And you'll see that in an upcoming tour diary. It was made for good content. Anyway, I ran into Eddie Trunk, speaking of bears, and he told me they just saw a bear up the street. And I said, well, I was happened to be walking that way.
Did he tell you that he knew the bear and he was friends with the bear and he knew the
signed
bear?
the bear. He signed the bear.
And he knew the bear a long time ago.
Hold on, I want to Mark
Just kidding.
Hi, Jason. Great to have the show back. I'll be in Vegas next Friday for the show. I forgot. Stephen Piercy will be in Vegas next Friday. Time flies so fast. But anyway, we'll get back to it. Thank you, though, Mark, for the super chat. And I'm sorry to everyone. We've been away for so long. And Sean should be joining us at some point. Are there other? Oh, I'm missing all kinds of super chats. I apologize. This will take advantage at first. This is Rask. And this is SEK, 27,000 SEK dollars. I forgot where that was. Where was it?
Like Sweden or something, I think.
I think it's Sweden. Is Wednesday set for life in LA? Will he ever move? I think by set for life, they don't mean are you wealthy? I think they mean, do you think that is where you plan on seeing out your later years?
I like where I'm living at the moment. It's pretty awesome, but like everything changes. The world is on fire and it's burning right now. So who knows where it's going to be? I have no idea. I'd like it if it stays the same. Yes, I will stay here. But we'll see. We'll see when V comes to life.
Oh yeah,
we're only like a year away from it probably.
Rask also and then came back with 65 million SEK dollars. We need to hear. Can you read this?
We need to hear Murder Doll's version of Frankenstein Drag Queen's hit and not going to say the word, when and how, please. Also, does Wednesday like witches and witchy vibe? I love witches. Always love witches.
I'm glad you speak young person and abbreviation.
What this person is talking about is he knows that I have the only version of a Murder Doll song that was never released, and it was never released because it was not accepted by the record company because of the word that he is using there.
I see the word now. I'm glad you didn't say it.
Yes.
I never thought I would play Wheel of Fortune with assault terms.
Yes. It's called Hit and Rope.
I bought the wrong vowel.
So
I think Rask is a young lady, not a young man, but I might be wrong. By the way, you can be anything you want these days.
Yeah, but I do like witches. Witchy vibes. I like witch hats. I like witches when they get cold.
Born Distracted says you, myself, and Sean should have a sitcom. That would be quite the sitcom. All right. I'm going to get to the chat, but I got to finish telling these stories. So I walk up the hill, and we see a bear just crossing the street. Now you're from the South. You've probably seen a lot of bears in your life, right?
What's that?
Have you
Sorry,
seen?
I was reading something and I didn't hear what you said. Sorry.
Oh no, I'm saying you've probably seen a lot of wild bear in your life.
Never in my life have seen a bear.
Wow.
I mean, I've seen one like at a behind a fence or something, like at a zoo or something like that, but never like Never seen a bear in my southern travels or any travels.
It was very cool, but a little bit scary. When you check into your hotel, they tell you they give you a list of bear rules, and
Really?
yeah, yeah, and the main rule is one: you don't feed bears. As they say, a fed bear is a dead bear. If the bears start depending on food, they're going to come up to people and they're going to get shot. And if they
Uh,
harm someone, they're going to be shot. So you really can't feed them. As awesome as they are, boy, I would love to have sat there and fed every bear, but you can't do it. You also shouldn't
you,
take selfies.
you can't feed them at all. Like you just, what do they do? Feel like they
They
get
go.
mad if you don't feed them. What do they do if you don't feed them?
So black bears don't really care about people. This is something I've learned. They really don't. They're not interested. They
Mm.
just walk around looking for garbage and going into dumpsters, and that's it. But they don't really care about people unless they have cubs with them. But I get then they'll kill you. But I'm under the impression that they come down into the city area because there's a lot of pizza shops. This is a tourist destination. Every restaurant, every store, and they look
Hmm.
around for food. I'm sure some tourists are feeding them even though they shouldn't be. This one guy had 10 pizza pies, and everyone on the block starts freaking out about the bear. Now, the bear was just minding his business, but they're like, oh my God, maybe we need to hit the bear alarm. People have noises on their phones. If the bear gets too close, you're supposed to make some noise. But people are dumb. I mean, Wednesday, the world is filled with stupid people.
Oh,
And
I'm aware.
yeah, and then they see a bear and they just, well, I'm gonna take a picture with that bear, and like, uh, can I pet that dog? That kind of thing.
Mhm.
There's a lot of, I'll pet
Do
that
you
dog.
do you remember Howard Stern interviewing Chuck Norris back on the show back in the day? And he was asking Chuck Norris if he could fight a bear, if he would, who would win. And he was saying, I said, all right, Chuck, hear me out. Pay-per-view. Chuck Norris versus a bear. And he was like, no. He goes, there's no way I could win. Like he said he could not win. This is before the Chuck Norris like
Me.
facts came out. This is like pre that.
I'm
But
glad that Chuck Norris said that because Chuck Norris is usually very boastful. I could beat Bruce Lee. He talks a lot of shit, Chuck
when
Norris.
recently has he all he's never not he's not always been like maybe since he's became a living meme now.
No, now I think he's actually more mellow. But back in the day, if you would read he was a little he was a little boastful. He would talk down upon other people in similar things. But now he's mellow. I mean, look, he's an older guy. But I'm glad. I thought he would have said for sure, "Oh, I'll kick the bear's ass. I'm a black belt."
No, he said there's no way he could win. But I would have to say though, even if he did talk smack on Bruce Lee, he does probably look better in blue jeans than Bruce
Yeah,
Lee.
than most. Yeah,
Probably
no,
looks better in blue jeans than anybody on earth.
yeah, no.
That red hair and the blue jean together is a look.
yeah, I would have to agree. So anyway, seeing the bears is a cool thing. The next day we went. That night we saw our first bear. Michelle and I go back to a hotel. I don't like to stay on the beaten path. I took a nice mountain resort on the other end, but you have to go up a block. No one drives. You walk. Well,
Mhm.
I'm filming. Every corner has these statues of bears. And I go, look at these statues. And then Michelle points, and there's a real bear, a 500-pound black bear, just walking across the street. They don't make any noise. They're not growling. They don't. So you just have to see them. And the bear just happened to be walking into the hotel grounds where we had to go. And we're alone. When there was other people, I knew that there were slower, dumber people or people carrying pizza that would die, and I'd be fine. I would just film it. But when it's just Michelle and I feel sort of bad, letting Michelle go ahead and get eaten by the bear, so I can save myself. So luckily, it got by. I got some great video. We went up to our room, and the guy at the front desk said, for the most part, black bears, unless you have beef jerky in your pockets, will leave you alone. When we got the car insurance, rental car insurance, they said that the bears do break into the cars. And just so you want to have full coverage because
Did you ask them anything about if there is any one has ever beastmastered one of those bears. Because remember in the
Oh,
Beastmaster movie, that's how he first learned that he had the power. Was he rescued his father from a bear attack?
yeah. I
So
didn't think of it, but on my next trip, I'll bring it to them on a
you should
show the
bring it
clip.
up. You might get a discount, like a AAA discount or something.
Yeah, well,
You mentioned the Beastmaster. I don't know. Try it.
at least a double A discount. But so
Yeah.
we went to Pigeon Forge and we went to Dollywood. Have you been to Dollywood?
I have never been into Dollywood, but I've been near it. I've been to Gatlinburg. I went there with for a weekend back in my youth, and but yeah, I know the area. I'm aware of it, but I have not been in. I've not been lucky enough to get in. Didn't have the big bucks back then.
Yeah, no, I get it. I will say for people watching who don't know much about Gatlinburg or Pigeon Forge, every kitschy roadside attraction is there. There's a haunted house every step. There's a ski lift.
Hmm.
There's any zip line, theme park, and and I'll tell you some of the other ones I went to. But so anyway, Dollywood was really a lot of fun. I thought, how much fun could you have at this place? Um, we're in a weird political climate. I try not to talk politics on this show, but sadly, the world is so divided that there's certain political T-shirts and mumbo jumbo, and everything is just that part was weird. But Southern people are very kind, as you know. Most people it felt good to walk around and talk to people who were all very friendly. Everyone at Dollywood was really nice. We went to a restaurant there, all you can eat, family style. It was called Aunt Granny's. I think
Oh,
it I think it's next to Uncle Daddy's. But Aunt Granny's, you choose 3 courses and 4 sides. All right. We had sausage, pepper, and onions, uh, some kind of baked chicken that I didn't eat, and pot roast.
hmm.
And then for sides, we had corn pudding. I didn't even know that's a thing. Michelle knew about it.
I don't even know about it,
It
but I'm
tastes
not
like corn
surprised.
or corn stuffing. Maybe it's called. I don't know what it's called. It tastes like stuffing. And we had some mashed potatoes and some green beans, and
Making me hungry. God,
well, yeah,
earmuffs.
and then I shouldn't be eating any of this, but and then for dessert, I had banana pudding with little Nilla wafers in it. Boy, it
I've
was
never had banana pudding.
really well on my
Never.
4th.
And it's a shame because my mom used to make it every Sunday, every other Sunday. It was a big deal. And I was like, ooh, that looks gross. And now I would eat it up if I had a chance. So I'm gonna
You'd be
try
like,
it.
you
Just
mean
in spirit of my mom, I'm gonna try it next time I see a good.
you would be like Nixon in that pudding. Give me that
Mm-hmm.
pudding. Give me that
Mm-hmm.
pudding.
Give me that pudding. Mm-hmm.
You know exactly what I'm talking about, right? Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
Wednesday and I speak a language that not everybody speaks, and I will get to
It's not like jive. It's a different type of language, but it is like jive.
Mhm. Well, only those who know. But anyway, people
Mhm.
were very kind. The rides were fun. I bought the most expensive line pass. I didn't need any of that. It wasn't that crowded. I can imagine it's great there during the holidays. Anyway, we really did enjoy it, and there's a lot of history about Dolly. They have all her 9 to 5 outfits. They have everything she's ever done. They got in that place.
What do they have on Rhinestone?
Not enough. They had a little bit. They even had
That's
Best
their
Little
best movie ever.
They had Best Little Whorehouse in Texas too.
That's pretty good too. That's probably second.
They have her tour bus there that she had for like 20 years, and you can take a private tour of the tour bus. It takes 1 minute. Uh, yeah, but it was nice. She had a nice bus. Especially for the time, it was probably state of the art. So we did that. Then we went over to the festival, the big festival. Somehow I didn't get a very good pass for that festival, but I did go photograph for Mark Weiss, as we discussed on this show. Mark Weiss trained me to be a world-class photographer, and I think I was fantastic. He'll be back and show the pictures. I photographed Britt Lightning, uh, who is the guitar player for Vixen, and she's an attractive woman. I felt a little uncomfortable Wednesday. You may know I'm an AVN award winner. I've directed
Hmm.
women in other things. Photographing some chick with a guitar was a little foreign to me.
Hmm.
So he's like, "You got to tell her this," and then he goes, "You got to tell her to push those puppies together." And I'm thinking, I don't want to get canceled, but uh, and
Right.
then
You could have did the you could have did the old bike shop thing. Showed her some Polaroids. Get her mind going, and then take some pictures. Be
you
that
might
guy. Do
you
your
might
own
be right.
thing.
Wednesday, you've done photo shoots your whole life. I hate
Yes.
when the photographer goes, now let's do a few fun ones. Like, how about you all jump up in the air when you know you're not going to use that photo?
No, I usually tell. I used to be nice about it, and now I'm pretty stern about, like, when I take a picture, I'm like, all right, I'm done with that. I don't like that anymore. Let's move on. Like,
How
and
you
I
have to
always,
be.
yeah, and I always try to just hurry up and just when someone takes a picture of me, I go, show me what you've taken. I go, all these suck. I like that. Stay in that area. Now go. So I'm learning how to do photo shoots. They can be awkward, they're weird, and it's kind of like going fishing. You take a 300 of them and you get one or two good ones and you go, okay, cool. So,
That's why you have to, when you find someone you like, sometimes you stick with it. But
mhm,
I've managed so many bands where before the photo shoot, I would say, listen, this is what we do, this is what we don't do. In my own band, I made the rule no touching each other. It's the Ramones rule. Let's not all wrap our arms around each other. None of that. Everyone just stand in your own damn space. And
mhm,
I also learned if you're going to do photo shoots, you find a pose that works for you and stick to it. Don't let them
mhm,
talk you into something stupid because the picture will come back. You'll be on the cover of Kerrang or something and you'll look like a dummy.
yep,
Find your pose, write it out. And so that was so tricky to me. Britt Lightning's done plenty of photo shoots. And she tells me, you know what I like? A photographer who has an idea of what they want. I go, well, that's not me. Um, and so anyway, I'm like, all right, now how about you stand over there? I mean, that's kind of how I was directing her. Look, this was really
mhm.
for content and to be fun. But Mark gave me good tips. I was using incredible lighting and his incredible camera. I don't want to dismiss it and say that anyone could be a photographer, but it didn't seem that difficult.
Right.
Personally, I think my
I mean,
phone.
I've had photographers that are really cool and they just have a way they can speak to you without saying push those puppies together. Although I've had some people tell me to push my puppies together because I was doing some puppy dog photo shoot.
Mm.
But sometimes I hate when people start talking and doing that, especially if you don't know them and they're just like, "Oh yeah, give it to me. Oh Roy, yeah, you're the one. Do it. Yeah, yeah." I
I'm
think that
with
might have been,
you.
yeah. But so yeah, it just depends. If I know the photographer, I just kind of know what I do. That's why people go, Wednesday, you're always like you're sad. I was like, because I'm always doing that photo
Right.
face. When I go home, take pictures with my family for Christmas. I'm like, I got the face. They're like, what's wrong with you? I'm like, just take the picture.
That's right. And I don't smile. I'll do one of these.
I feel
So
like I'm smiling when I do this.
that's
See,
your
that's a
look, though.
smile. Yeah.
That's your character, your personality, your look. And then a guy came up to me to take a picture with me, little Ozzy Osbourne. He's a little person. He's
Mm-hmm.
very famous in the world of tribute artists. But what you then you have to think: do I bend down to take the picture with this guy, or does that look? Do I pick him up like a child? Like what is the etiquette? Um, and
I think it's okay to lean down to them. I think that's the etiquette for little people.
Mhm. Do you drop your glove like Oscar Madison did on The Odd Couple when they were, and then you bend down, you shake his hand, like, "Oh, hey."
I don't know if you go that
Drop it.
far, but but you could.
Well, I just stood straight because here's the thing: no one loves looking at themselves. If I bend down, I'm going to have more chins that and I just hold my pose. Nowadays, people can go back and they can fit me and little Ozzy in the photo at the same time. Anyway, so Britt Lightning, I'm taking these pictures, and I don't really know what to tell her to do. She had a guitar. All right, pick up that guitar. So I've been watching Fame lately, the TV
Hmm.
show and the movie Fame. Turns out Matt Thorne was on an episode of Fame.
What?
Rough Cut, the band Rough
Huh.
Cut was on Fame.
Huh.
And two of the main stars of the show dream that they're in Rough Cut on stage. It's ridiculous. So I've been going down the Fame rabbit hole. And if you've seen how the movie Fame ends, Coco goes to do a screen test, but it's not a real screen test. It's shady. And so I decided that I would use some of those lines on Brit Lightning, which were
I don't
uh,
know anything about Fame. I don't watch any dancing movies, even ones with Patrick Swayze. I watch breakdancing, but I won't watch regular dancing movies. Can't do it. So I don't know what you're talking, but I am familiar with the
well,
song.
I'm going to sum it up for everybody. Fame is not just dancing, it's singing and dancing. There's a
Okay.
school in New York called the School for Performing Arts that is the real Fame school. Very difficult to get into, very competitive. They've got a lot of drug issues and things, people trying to keep up on their schedules. And but they've produced a lot of stars. I can't think off the top of my head. I know Samantha Maloney went there, who was in
The drum,
Hole.
the
Mhm.
drummer, Motley
Yeah,
Crue's second best drummer.
yeah.
The,
She banged Nikki Sixx and lost her job.
the other drummer of Motley Crue, she could come out and say that. The the other voice of rap.
She would be a great trivia question. When I tell people the girl drummer from Motley Crue, they go, "What?" you know.
Yeah. I actually
But
saw Motley Crue with her, and they were really good with her. She was very solid. I was impressed.
she's a good she's a good drummer. We'll get back to speaking of drummers. We have a drummer with us right now. We'll get back to Samantha Maloney and Fame. Sean Clark is here.
Whoa.
Sean, are you at the airport right now?
Hold on a second. These aren't working.
Uh-oh. He's got to get new in-ears. Uh-oh.
He needs to get professional in-ears.
Yeah. He'll be
Uh-oh.
back. I think he's in the airport.
He looks like he's in the airport.
Yeah. All right. Well.
Or he looks like he's in some sort of laboratory, maybe like on the laboratory on Willy Wonka where Mike TV got broken to 1,000 million pieces.
You might be right.
I mean, I hope that doesn't happen to him, but let's see what happens.
Sean is in Las Vegas right now.
Uh-oh, he's near you.
He didn't call me, but he is in. He must have been up to big hoity-toity influencer type stuff. You know how these guys get. But anyway, but he's at the airport. He's heading home. Yeah, Harry Reams International.
Right.
There he is. Can you hear us, Sean?
Sorry. Yeah, now I can hear you.
All right, and so you're in the airport, right?
Well, yeah, it's that private. Can you hear me?
Yep.
Okay, it's that private airline.
He's in a
JSX.
lounge.
I'm in a lounge. Yeah, let me move somewhere. I'm in a.
Wait, Sean, are you flying one of those private planes with just 12 people or whatever?
Well, I think it has more like 30 people. Something like that. I'm trying to find a place that's not too noisy, but oh well.
Have
I'll
you
sit
done
over
it
here.
before? Have you flown
Well,
this before?
I did on the way here.
And what was the experience like?
It's pretty nice. It's you basically show up. You just walk up to the counter, you hand them your ID, they take your checked bag, and then you just sit in the lounge and you board the plane. You don't go through any security at all.
Mm.
Yeah.
What if they have a problem with your stuff? They come and get you?
They don't look at your stuff at all.
Are you
Well, that's
profiling,
that's
Sean?
good.
You should be looking around, making sure that everyone looks on the up and up.
I don't know.
Dangerous.
I mean, I don't know. It's nice. I mean, and then you literally just walk right off the plane and your bag is there and you're done. It's quick, man. I mean, you could show up 10 minutes before your flight.
And you go to Orange County?
Yeah. I'm sorry. I completely spaced. I completely forgot about this. I was literally sitting here in the lounge and I went on YouTube to watch something to kill time, and I saw your thing. I'm like, oh shit, I forgot. I'm supposed to be on that.
About 10 minutes ago, I go, I guess I'm going to have to change the thumbnail and take Sean's name out of it so I'm not misleading. But you are here, and better than never. Last time everyone saw us, we were discussing going to the Orange County Fair, the OC Fair, and we did go. I have a link to that video in the description. 10,000 people have watched it, and if you haven't seen it, you should check it out. We had a great time. Wednesday, what was it like for you? Because you were the one who you had
Everybody
some
kept asking me about him.
Oh, I was fine after I settled down after the. I mean, that was pretty stupid to get on that ride after eating all that crap. It was just pretty stupid to get on that ride. I knew before it took off. I mean, this is going to be bad. This is going to be bad. I knew it.
I felt bad afterwards too. I did not. I felt nauseous the rest of the night.
Yeah.
So.
But other than that, I had a blast. It was fun trying all that stuff. It opened my mind to try. I mean, to try different stuff. So it's cool. We'll see what happens.
You didn't put up much of a fight. I would say that me and Sean and Nay, I think, tried every single possible thing. Everything we got, we tried. But Wednesday, you came pretty close to doing it. You wanted to wait on certain things to have it at a place that might be better, I think.
Yeah, I want to have a real taco before I have a fair taco made out of whatever Nay described it as, a church wafer.
A burnt church wafer.
Yeah.
That's right. Yeah, church wafer. Yeah. It wasn't the taco was probably the least interesting, but you did try your first deep fried Twinkie.
Mm-hmm. That wasn't that great. I think my favorite.
He'd never even tried a regular Twinkie.
No,
right?
So I don't really know how to judge it. So it was okay. I think my favorite thing was the frozen bananas because I like bananas and I like cold bananas. This was frozen, and it had other stuff on. I think I would have tried probably every flavor of those bananas. I would have tested them out.
It looks like desserts you were okay with. Deep fried you seem to be okay with. We did learn though that you have never had a hamburger.
Right.
People were shocked. Yeah, people were shocked.
I mean, I've taken a bite of a hamburger and I didn't like it, and that was in like 2008.
Maybe it was a bad hamburger.
Yeah, I eat steak. I mean, it's not like I don't eat red meat. I have yet to try a hamburger, so I'm saving it till I'm 50.
Halfway through the experience, we decided to go on some rides. And the ride was a spinning polar bear ride, right?
Oh.
Yeah.
And
we didn't even get any footage of that ride, did we?
We were holding on for dear life. It was
I think horrible. I got a little going on, but it was intense enough where I don't think I could have held my phone. But and then it goes backwards, and yeah, we did eat a lot of ridiculous food before.
It went backwards. I was
no,
at that point.
It didn't go backwards.
Oh, it didn't go backwards. Okay.
No,
sorry.
We were dreading it was going to go backwards.
It just got faster and faster and faster. Yeah. I'm like, and it went on forever. Like usually rides, you go, man, that isn't really worth it. You wait in the line forever. But this took forever. Like they were giving you a little extra for your buck.
I went to.
It seemed like it lasted way too long.
Yeah, it was too long. I went to a state fair right after that, and I went on a similar ride that was not as fast, but it did go backwards. But I remember thinking I didn't learn my lesson. The thing went off the ground, and it did go really fast for those kind of rides. Fastest I've ever felt a fair ride like that. But that was it. Wednesday tapped out at that point. Headed to the car, and Sean. Nay, Michelle and I, we trekked on. Sean and I rode the ski lift, I guess, the thing.
Yeah, sky lift.
Yeah, and it was really for the content. Nay made the point that it's sometimes Sean can be very scary on those things. He'll talk about how you may plummet to your death. And as we were on there, and you'll see the video on my show when we get to that episode, but we thought that maybe some of these YouTubers, like the Grim Life Collective, would come to see the spot where Sean Clark perished to his death. And luckily we survived, so no video for them. they probably would have said, "I think he died around here somewhere," and given a general idea. But
Yeah.
we did survive.
Hold on.
Mhm.
I'm gonna start boarding. I'm gonna stay on. They have Wi-Fi on the flight. I wonder if I could stay on the whole thing.
Normal airlines would tell you it's against the rules, but let's see. This airline seems to be above the law.
That's a great movie. That's probably one of Steven Seagal's best, by the way.
Let's see how long Sean could go.
Well, I'd probably annoy the shit of the people. Annoy the shit out of the people around me if I'm talking the whole time. But I'll
You should play MFK with someone, a stranger.
Okay, let me see if I can find somebody. Well, what I will do is I'll at least get onto the plane and see how it's look. That way you guys can see what this thing looks like.
Yeah, we want to see how the other half lives. I mean, we want to see what's going on.
Well, I didn't buy this ticket. The guy who I flew out here to do a podcast, and the guy who took care of all the accommodations, he bought this ticket. So I was like, oh, I've never flown JSX, so see what happens.
Be careful. I watched Delta Force recently, and they got some tricks.
Okay.
I seen
they'll put razor blades in the bathroom. I saw Delta Force. Yeah.
Hand grenades in the where the vomit bag is. I seen them put them in there.
Mm-hmm.
Oh wow!
But I am interested to see what this looks like. And Eddie Trunk flies these things all the time. He swears by it. He signed Ace Frehley.
Well, actually, I was with Corey Taylor yesterday, and he said that he also uses JSX a lot. He said he loves it. So
I'm interested.
Right. I'll check it out. I'm flying to Vegas soon, and I may be. I'm gonna check it out.
I think they do out of Burbank. I think he said that. So,
what if I want to go real cheap? Is it okay to take Spirit?
No.
Okay, because I was having the same debate with someone recently, and they were like, "No, you can do it, man." I went, "No, I'm not taking Spirit.
No, Spirit will charge you for an armrest. No, you don't want that."
Well, yeah, I mean there is some cheap airlines that you can do for like, I don't know, $100. You can do a Vegas trip, but this one I think it was like 700 something. So
this podcaster is making too much money, Sean. I mean,
$700 to Vegas? That sounds ridiculous. I can go to Australia for $700.
I think that's round trip. But
it's round trip.
Yeah.
But still, I mean, look, he is flying private. Do the people around you look attractive?
I don't know. You guys figure it out.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I don't know if I was supposed to walk through there yet. Maybe not. I don't know. Hold on. I'm breaking rules.
I always get into the wrong zone before that I'm in the right. Like I don't care. I don't pay attention. I go, oh, I'm dumb. I didn't know, and I just see if they let me get on the plane.
I'm checking.
He's flying THX Air.
Hi.
Mm-hmm.
You can scan your ID.
Oh, you need my ID also? Okay. Let's see. There you go.
Thank you.
Beautiful.
A laptop? Yes.
Go ahead and scan your boarding pass, please. If you could just show me, Sean, right here where it's at, you don't have to take it out.
They heard what Wednesday said about the grenade.
Oh, let's see. It's right here.
Oh, I've seen this scene in Delta Force.
Mm-hmm. Lee Marvin's on the way.
Yeah, Lee Marvin has already been alerted.
We are clear. All right. Oh boy, it just really got warm. So it's like a warehouse back here. Like you're walking through a warehouse.
You look like you're at a convention. That looks like a convention you go to.
Man, you got like the all-star treatment. That's like what Corey Feldman would use.
Dude, it was freezing in the lounge, so I put my hoodie on, and now I'm heading outside, and I can feel the Vegas heat hitting me.
Mm-hmm.
Feel the heat.
Feel the heat.
I'm standing in a line now.
What a strange place. Yeah. Well,
it looks like you're at a concert.
Yeah.
And so you're on the line back there now?
Yeah, and the Orange County one, I gotta say the Orange County side was a lot easier. Like they didn't ask to look at my laptop. They literally, you just walked right out, walked on. This is standing in the line. It's just unacceptable.
Yeah, yeah. There's a little extra
I would
time.
fake an injury or something. That's what I do. I always fake something to get on the plane earlier.
I like
A
to do one of these,
seizure or
or
something.
you turn and you do one of these, like
Usual
you know,
suspects.
yeah.
Yes. Yeah, it's okay.
Kaiser Sose. Yeah.
All right,
Yeah,
here we go. We're moving.
All right. Well, let's take a look.
Sorry, I'm in zone 1. Sorry. Check it.
I didn't really have one zone.
Oh, look.
Wow.
What?
He's
All
in a
right,
hangar.
so
I think I saw a Johnny 5 short circuit back there.
Wow, this is crazy.
Whoa.
yeah, so we're actually on the tarmac thing here. Let's see. Heading towards that plane, I think.
All
And
right.
Oh, the sun is bright.
Yeah. Huh.
Oh no, we're going to a plane way far away.
whoa.
We gotta walk all the way to that one, way over there.
Uh-oh.
I don't know. That tire on that plane looks a little low. I'd tell them to put some more air in it.
Oh, it's
This is
friggin'
fast.
bright. So
Yeah.
if I die, it was on this plane right here.
I'll let
Whoa,
Grimlight
look at
know.
How big is the sun there?
How big is what?
The sun. It looks enormous. It looks like it's crashing into Earth.
You're not wrong. Yeah.
Shit.
All right. Well, we're watching Sean board a private plane. He's obviously.
I think there's something on the wing of that plane, Sean.
They just announced Funko Pops of William Shatner from the Twilight Zone and the monster
really?
on the wing. Yeah. They're pretty cool. All right. Is like every seat first class, Sean?
I guess so. I don't know. We'll see. You judge.
All right.
Hello.
Here we go. Let's take a look. I like that hoodie, by the way.
No, got it at
Yeah,
Sears
that's
Halloween.
That's a great one. I like that. I prefer the zipper hoodie like that.
You see
All
that?
right.
Whoa.
Are you on this flight? Are you on this
Wednesday,
flight? Yeah, I'm working.
Wednesday would be claustrophobic, I think.
Yeah, I wouldn't
So
like
you
that.
see the seat?
But I've been on the. Whoa, look at that. That's like that. That's where the A-team would sit.
But you have your own seat. Sean's in the first seat.
Man,
Second
you got the
seat.
Hannibal seat.
Mhm. That's first class.
It's something.
Yeah. Well, it's interesting. It makes me wonder if I would do such a thing. But you're going to get off that plane fast. No baggage claim. That's pretty
Yeah.
good. You're trying to evaluate some of your neighbors. They don't look like rich muckety mucks like you.
Well,
All right, let's play MFK. All right, the stewardess, the pilot, or the guy
called flight
putting the
attendants.
bags.
They're called flight attendants now. You can't say stewardess.
Really?
No, yeah, you can call them. You can't call
Oh,
them.
I'm sorry. I
plane
watch
boy.
airplanes so much. They stewardess. I speak jive.
Sean, you could probably join the Mile High Club if you're not already in it on a plane like that.
by myself, yeah.
Wednesday, are you in the Mile High Club?
No,
Me neither.
I don't
Yeah,
think
me-
so. But it's possible. I just may have forgot about it. I mean, not like the full thing, but if you mean like
Second base. I got it.
second base.
Third base.
I mean, I went around third base too, maybe, but not like complete. I didn't go. How many bases are there in baseball?
Well, there's 4.
Okay,
First, second, third, and home.
okay. I went to third, but I didn't go home.
Right. But look, on a plane, that's a lot of work. I didn't see
It
any.
is a lot of work.
Well, she looked all right. Hold on. Maybe tell Nay you're going to be late.
There's no inconspicuous way to pull this off. So.
Yeah. No, I had a feeling. Yeah. It
That
looks
one was the winner,
enjoyable.
though.
Yeah, that was the one. All right. But it looks like an enjoyable experience, and it looks like it's going to be quick.
Yeah.
You're
by,
not
by
at
the way, I went
Yeah.
my Mile High Club thing. It was with my ex-wife. It was completely Christian. It was just some Christian fooling around on an airplane.
And I was going to ask about the plane, but I lost my train of thought because I hear Wednesday's voice in my head. That's my favorite. Are you at the regular Harry Reid Airport, or is this a separate? You go somewhere separate?
It's near. It's right by it.
Maybe is it near the MGM Grand, like the executive terminal across from there? Not sure we can see it.
I don't know. It's you could from the parking lot you could see the Luxor.
Oh, I know where it is. It's on. Paul McCartney uses that airport, so you know you're in good company. You're kind of across from the Vegas sign. I know where that is. Yeah.
When I got off the plane, I could see the Pinball Hall of Fame.
Yeah. Which, by the way, the Pinball Hall of Fame next to it is the Harley Davidson store, and that is where that used to be the hotel where Vegas Vacation was filmed, where Chevy Chase goes and plays Guess Which Hand with Randy Quaid, but they tore it down. And then a little to the left is a wedding chapel that was in Viva Las Vegas and a ton of other movies. But that's a pretty convenient little spot.
Yeah.
This
Yeah,
podcast.
I'm sorry I didn't get a chance to see you while I was here. I was here for less than 48 hours.
Yeah, well, you were in and out on your private jet, barnstorming. It happens.
I got up yesterday, did the sign-in with Corey, and then went straight over and did the podcast, and we filmed for like 4 hours.
Did you play FMK at all?
We did not.
Surprised.
Unfortunately.
Surprised it's not more popular these days.
They just shut the door, so I'm probably going to have to jump off.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Ruben. I'll be your flight attendant on our way to Orange County.
Oh.
We do have
Just pretend you turned it off. Lie to them. They like it when you lie to them about it.
They'll let you do anything on that plane. That's a party plane.
I'm going to jump off.
Don't jump off. That's what Arnold Schwarzenegger did in Commando.
Doesn't end well, yeah.
Actually,
Do they
it
have
does.
parachutes on that flight? Maybe ask them where the airbag is.
You got to climb out the landing gear, Sean. You got to get out and hold on to the landing gear. And as soon as it takes off, find some water and then let yourself go. And then when you land, set your watch.
How long is the flight?
Hour 15 minutes.
Well, Orange County's a little further, yeah. Will there be snacks?
Yeah.
Looks all right.
Get me some pretzels. I'll try them next time I see you.
Have you? Oh, yeah.
I will.
Yeah. Well, I thank you for joining us, Sean, and showing us, a different style of travel.
It's pretty impressive.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I'd do this again.
Yeah, well, that's this. It's got the Sean Clark seal of approval.
Mm-hmm.
And Sean, what's coming up on your channel before you go? Wow.
Whoa, he did it.
He did it, and then his connection went out.
No, he froze. It was like one of those old movies where it freezes. Like,
oh,
he's
now
back.
You're back.
Sean, what's coming up on your channel that we can watch?
Nothing.
H2O is the big one. H2O is out now. That's the big one.
The fair food.
Yeah.
That's it.
Fair food, and that one's linked in the description. Go subscribe to Sean's channel. Start with the fair and then work your way back. You'll be watching. You'll be binge watching for eternity. You know, Sean, I was watching my favorite YouTube show, The Daily Dump, Troll Patrol, and in today's episode, lo and behold, a cameo appearance by Sean Clark eating churros.
Yeah, I went on there and engaged with the people leaving comments. It was kind of fun.
They didn't make fun of you.
In the comments, a couple did. That's okay.
That's going to happen no matter what. People who comment on videos are crazy, but at least you got involved. Maybe you'll get some new people out of it.
Yeah.
Are you taxiing?
I'm sorry?
Are you taxiing? Are you moving?
No, we're getting the the instructions right now.
I hope you're paying attention.
Trying.
Wednesday and I are talking over the instructions. And,
All right, I'm gonna bounce.
all right.
I'll text you guys later. As we got to talk about that concert coming up.
Yes.
You know,
Absolutely.
you know what I'm talking about Wednesday? Okay.
Yes.
Right,
You
hit
guys
me
are.
up.
It's
Hit me
good.
up. Whoa, how
All
do
right.
I get balloons?
Why can't I get
Safe
balloons?
travels. I don't know.
I don't know.
Lame.
All right, Sean. Thank you. And we'll. Oh my God! Here's a fireworks show in your honor. Hopefully you'll
It's
survive. Maybe don't play Skinner up there, and I think you'll be okay.
All right. See you later, guys.
The great
Laters.
Sean Clark, Malfunction on YouTube. Check him out. All right. Oh, he's gone. I thought he would have saw how far he could go with it, but I
Right.
do know that sometimes.
Man, I had a flight attendant get mad at me one time because they were like, you know, turn your phones off, and I was literally like, I was finishing up something, and she had it out for me. She was going to take my phone. She was going to kick me off the plane.
She probably was like, I know what you rock and roll boys do.
And then I had to do my Matthew McConaughey. I went, oh, come on, pretty lady. Now just calm down now.
Now,
Yeah.
we're going to get to these comments, but what the hell were we talking about before? Oh, drums. Samantha Maloney, Fame.
Oh, yes.
So I'm
Fame.
taking these photos of Britt Lightning, and so anyway, at the end of Fame is a school, and you go there, and it's hard to get in, and you learn. At the end of the movie, she wants to be a singer-actress, Coco. The late Irene Cara.
I know none of this.
But you know who Irene Cara is, right?
You have to show me a picture of her. I probably do.
Irene Cara was in DC Cab.
Okay, now you're talking my language.
She jumps up on the cab at the end and sings and dances at the end of the movie.
I know who you're talking about now.
She was an attractive black woman, Irene Cara. Anyway, and she also sang "What a Feeling" from Flashdance. So she's a big.
I know that song too.
Yeah, she's had some big songs, and she sings the song "Fame." You know that.
I do know this song too. I used to go to the roller rink and skate to these songs when I was a Ute. When I was just a Ute.
Me too. So anyway, this guy has her come over to his apartment for a screen test, and but it's obvious he's a creep. He's a lot like the guy in Fast Times, Damone, but maybe even a little creepier. And anyway, he tells her that it's for a movie that's going to be shot in the south of France, and he tells her, "Oh, that's nice, Coco. That's nice. Très jolie, Coco. Très jolie." And then he asks her to unbutton her top and put her finger in her mouth, and she cries while showing her jugs. And Howard Stern has sampled that clip for 100 years. I grew up hearing Howard Stern play it. Très jolie, Coco. Très jolie. So anyway, I said it to Britt Lightning while photographing her in a tribute to Fame. And anyway, so I did the photo shoot. We met the drummer for Foghat. He is the only original member of Foghat. He must play the hell out of the cowbell. And then we watched a little bit of 38 Special. And then we watched...
Foghat was Slow Ride, right?
Slow Ride, yeah. And then we watched Joan Jett. You know, she played a lot of songs I never heard in my life. And she played some hits. She still looks great. She still sounds great. She's truly a legend. And at one point, she said before a song, I just want to tell everyone, make sure you vote. And you could have dropped a pin because this crowd, they didn't want to hear about, you know, her agenda. This was a Gatlinburg.
I would have yelled, for what?
So she got out of town within minutes, though. I walked out of that venue. We saw her tour bus, and she was in the window. She was out of there. So anyway, that was that. The next day in Gatlinburg, my last day there, I talked Michelle into going for some cooter.
I saw that. That's impressive.
Yeah, Cooter's Place. It's he owns 3 Cooter stores. Cooter was an actor named Ben Jones. He played Cooter on the Dukes of Hazzard. He's the mechanic. And the place was great. It's really cool. It's free to get in. They got 4 photo ops. Dixie, which is the car that the Jeep that Daisy drove. They have the Roscoe P. Coltrane office with a replica of Flash the dog. They have multiple General Lees. They have props, and it's just a fun little hangout. And Dukes of Hazzard is kind of canceled now. John Schneider told me, Luke Duke, he told me that he doesn't get along with Cooter. He said that Cooter thinks he's the Duke, and Cooter's making too much money off me. So he will not appear there, but the rest of the cast will appear. Ben Jones was a Democrat back in the day. He was a politician. John Schneider is a known Republican. I mean, I don't even think you can call people Democrat and Republican anymore. Now you have like a MAGA Republican, a regular Republican. You know, our grandfather's Republican Party or our grandfather's Democratic Party are all very different. So anyway, they have a little thing, but Ben Jones does not believe that the Confederate flag should be canceled. And this is a liberal guy who was arrested for protesting for civil rights, including Martin Luther King. So it's not that he's a racist person, but he believes that the flag has nothing to do with slavery and that it was on top of the car. Now, I happen to agree. The General Lee have the Confederate flag. You know, maybe the flag's not the best thing in the world, but to cancel things, you know, and try to change history. So they're not marketing any more Dukes of Hazzard toys with the Confederate flag. Anyway, in this place, they had every toy I grew up with because I collected Dukes of Hazzard's toys when I was a kid. They had the Hot Wheels kind of slingshot thing. You remember those bad racing games?
I remember that.
They had that.
My first and only big wheel was a Dukes of Hazzard big wheel. Did they have that there?
I don't think I saw it, but those were amazing. Yeah,
my only big wheel was that. I rode that till the wheels would just collapse because they were just plastic. They were just nothing left.
I had the Incredible Hulk big wheel when the Hulk TV show was popular.
That's pretty cool.
It was great.
Do you remember the toy boxes they had? They sold them at like Kmart and other department stores, but like it was a big plastic, almost like something you sell on your porch for like Halloween now, but it was a toy box. It was Spider-Man and the Hulk, and you take their heads off, their shoulders would come off, and the body was like a toy box.
Yeah, I can picture that. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, a lot of kids had it. I even had like some like schools even had it, like in like elementary school had them in the corner. I remember. I'm looking for those.
Well, if anyone's watching, they call these things core memories. Hold on, Sean's in the comments. They call these things core memories because we totally forget them until somebody brings it up, and then I go, oh yeah, I do remember that. Mm-hmm. Sean said he had the green machine. I think that's kind of
yeah. I never had the green machine, but my cousin did. I remember seeing it, and I want to say they remade that for a short time.
Sorry, Sean says that someone is very gaseous.
Well, that happens with the pressure in the airplanes.
Sean says he can watch along with us at Wi-Fi. So if you have questions for Sean Clark, if he's not too busy having caviar and champagne, he can answer your questions and comments. And we are going to get to all these questions because people keep asking. I promise before we wrap up, we're going to get it. But one of the things that they had on display that I liked the most is they had color forms and shrinky dinks. And I want to collect that stuff. It's expensive now, but color forms and shrinky dinks. I don't. Do you have the Kiss color forms?
I don't have any of that anymore, but I remember all of that. I haven't thought about it until you just said that till now. And shrinky dinks used to be a name we would call somebody too, I think. But that's a whole other story.
Yeah, I hear you. Sean also had the tricycle from The Shining, the same model, which was fitting. It explains a lot of why he became the way he is.
Hey, here's a question that Sean can figure out for me, or maybe you know that. I've been watching a bunch of like grindhouse horror movie trailers from the 70s and early 80s. And just before I came in here to get on the show, there was a trailer for like some like sci-fi stuff from like late 70s, early 80s. And there's a movie called like, I remember what it's called now, but it's like Time Traveler or Time something, but it's the guy that played Remo Williams. What's that actor's name? Fred.
Fred Ward.
Yes, and he's like on a motorcycle, and he basically goes back in time like Marty McFly, and he's like cowboys are shooting at him, and he's like, "Hey, what's going on?" And I'm like, "Whoa, that's Remo Williams. I've never heard of this movie, but it looks pretty good."
We'll see if Sean knows what you're.
Yeah, I just saw the trailer for it. I can't believe I've never seen it. I wonder if it ever came out. Time Rider. There we
Wow.
are.
Time Rider.
I don't
That
remember
sounds
this.
familiar.
Yes, Jason Holston before this said Time Rider. Okay.
Oh yeah, Jason. Yeah. Sean has some trivia. He says, "Did you know the band Sugar Ray was originally called the Shrinky Dinks?" I had no idea.
Huh?
We're learning. This is an educational show. I probably could get a tax deduction for all the education that
you learn something on the show every week. Like it's just knowledge. You just put it up there for the trivia stuff. So
Mhm. Someone asks if I had the famous Italian feast at the Arcada Theater in Illinois. I did. It was incredible. I can't believe we've been gone that long. I've taken 25 trips since the last show. I flew to Illinois right after the fair, the OC fair, and Sean was in Illinois also. We were in different parts, and then where did I don't remember where I went from there.
I went back to the fair a couple of days later and saw Alice. He was playing at that pavilion place right beside of it.
Did you have any food?
No, I didn't even go into the fair or anything. We just went to the Alice show and left. But I did think about it. I'm excited to go to the fair next year. Like it's a thing now. Now I want to go back. And I did eat half that bag of cotton candy. So thank you, Sean. I did.
Well, we should point out that at the end of the fair video, I don't want to give it all away because I'd like people to watch it. But at the end, Sean thought, because the one thing you did like for sure was cotton candy. And so we did, Sean said we got to get him a bag of fair cotton candy.
It was good. I ate a lot of it on the way home. It was sort of my dinner because I didn't really realize. I think it's another reason why I kind of got sick because I didn't really eat dinner and all I had was a bite of each of that stuff. And then we got on the Arctic Circle.
Yeah. All right. Now is the time in the show. I'm sure there's other things I have to talk about, but that's fine. Now is the time in the show where you can ask your questions. You've been waiting to ask questions. You can ask questions of Sean Clark. He can answer 20,000 leagues in the air, or you can ask Wednesday or myself. And if you want to super chat, that's nice too. So all right, let's get on that. I'm almost at 20,000 subscribers. I'm 400 or so away. It'd be nice if someone watching hasn't subscribed yet that you get on that. Maybe tell a friend. Maybe one day I'll be able to fly the friendly skies with Sean on a private tarmac. All right. Question. Hey, Green. I guess we're on that kind of basis. Where do you and Michelangelo Badio get your wigs? Interesting. Well, I can't speak for Michelangelo Badio, but my wig comes from the same place that LA Guns gets theirs. All right, and
I don't think Chad Weaver's trying to be your friend. He's trying to play reindeer games up here.
I put him in timeout.
That's not nice, Chad Weaver.
How much
Talking
total
about our wigs? I worked hard on my wig today. I washed it. I brushed it. I put some treatment on it. It was looking really good. I think it still looks pretty good.
How much total was spent at the fair? You got to watch the video and see at the end. Let me say real quick, you're talking about hair. You know, I'm fortunate to have good-looking friends who are, I don't want to say metrosexual, but know how to maintain themselves. Las Elias is 57 or 58 years old. I've been telling him we need to market an up-all-night skin cream and tell people that if you want to continue to look young, you'll use it. So then the other night I go to him, you do anything special? You know, you've got skincare, hair care. I said, nothing, not a thing. I use the cheapest Costco shampoo they have. and he can get ready in 5 minutes, and he always looks like he walked out of a Slaughter video. It makes me upset. This is Jimmy Jams. Jimmy Jam, excuse me, Jimmy Jam 62. He's a channel member. He wants to know what is up with Matt Thorne. Is he okay? Like, why wouldn't he be okay? He's selling NFCs. He's going to be on the show again soon. He's in all the tour diaries. And okay, and let's go to Sean says he's only 400 away from 60,000. So go subscribe to Sean too. Get Sean and I to these milestones. And Wednesday's going to have a YouTube channel soon too. He's working on it behind the scenes.
I'm going to do that. But I just learned this though. Said in Australia they call cotton candy fairy floss, according to raw footage. Is their name. I did not know that. Now I know something new. And flip flops are called thongs there.
I've heard that, yeah.
Which really changes the thong song. Is really it's different if you think about it.
That's the foot fetish version. Wednesday, do you want to talk about some of the hair products? He uses the Just the 10 of Us shampoo and conditioner.
Just the 10 of us, because it's like the song, Just the 10 of us. We can make it, you and 10, just the 10 of us.
I think it was a Growing Pains spinoff. But I do use it as well. I like it.
It was. But they make a bunch of different products. They have it at the Ulta place. They've got conditioners. They got hair masks. They've got sprays. So I use their shampoo and conditioner, and I use their It's a 10 leave-in spray conditioner. It has 10 different things, a heating protector, all the good stuff to make it shine and makes it look
it's very
perfect.
Shiny. People are worried about the guy sitting behind Sean on the plane. They think he looked a little
I'm worried about the guy on the wing of that plane.
Yes, people would like to see Wednesday on his channel. Wednesday suddenly has some free time.
Yeah, I'm gonna start doing a YouTube channel. I don't necessarily want to do like a show like this, but I have a lot of footage and stuff I'm gonna start releasing of just everything. I've got 20 plus years of footage of stuff that's just sitting around doing nothing. And
YouTube is the place. Sean says the guy gave a dirty look, and he is officially airborne right now. So Sean is in the air. We're going to fingers crossed for a safe landing. And Mistress Macabre 13 started using Just the 10 of Us shampoo because of Wednesday, which he should. Wednesday should be getting a piece of this action.
I should be getting just the 10 of us, just the 11 of us. Add one more. There's always room for one more.
All right. Let me go back to the beginning and see if I missed anything. I'm sure everybody was saying highly important things that they needed to hear.
I've been reading the comments, lots of important stuff.
Okay.
Someone want to know if I am still appearing at the Famous Monsters thing. Yes, I am. I am appearing there in a couple of weeks.
Oh, when is that? Plug it.
The September 13th, 14th, 15th. In the King of Prussia area, Pennsylvania. If you know that area, it's a cool little place. I have stayed there quite a bit on my off days on tour, so I know it. There's a Wawa there and a TGI Fridays.
Lorraine would like you to know, and Lorraine has been to 617 Stephen Piercy shows. Will Wednesday still be at the event? Yes, he will.
Yes,
you'll be an hour from him. The weekend before is RetroCon with the whole G.I. Joe group. Well, he's gonna. Unfortunately, he won't be there for that. But,
no, I won't.
But if you want to go see Wednesday 13 in person and say hello, go to the Famous Monsters convention. Go to Wednesday's social media, Mr. Mother Effer 13, and you guys, anyone watching, you've already are following him, but he will be there, and it's exciting. I wanted to join you, but I think I'm in bumblefuck that day.
Yeah, it would have been cool if you could have been there, but you will be in spirit. I'll check in with you and let you know. They keep adding more guests. They just added Leatherface, that Bill Johnson guy. They added Ken Forey, if that's what you say his name. So they've added some more people. Peter Chris is going to be there, so
That's a great one.
I'm gonna take some Kiss stuff to get signed. Yeah, the mall at King of Prussia is great. That's our day off. If we ever have a day off in that area, we go to there. So
Yeah, let's see. Did I visit Manny's in New York? I bought my first guitar at Manny's in New York, like a lot of legendary people and my hero Johnny Ramone before me. But Manny's was on 48th Street. Sam Ash was next to it. Then the ESP Custom Shop. If you went to New York City in the 80s and 90s and a little later, now those were the music stores. You see it in the Guns N' Roses Paradise City video for a little bit. But yeah, I did go. Out of business now. Let's see. Will Wednesday still be on the Cold Chamber tour? No, he will not. Wednesday is going to be doing his own tour, which is good for you and good for me. Means more Wednesday music, less other music.
yeah, I made that post on my pages. Maybe people didn't see it because stuff happens all the time. But no, we're not on the reschedule. All the other bands are, but we're going to be doing our own headline tour around that time. So unfortunately, we can't be a part of it. But the only reason we were doing it this year is because I was kind of holding out for a headline tour because I knew we had a new record coming out, and that it made sense. And now it's not happening, so we can't be on the reschedule. So you will have to get a headline tour instead, guys. So I tell people all the time, they say, well, I really wanted to see. I'm like, I wanted to be there as well. I'm as bummed as anyone else that wanted to be a show. I would rather be on tour than sitting at home. Even though I enjoy doing this, I'd rather be on a tour bus and calling in from the road and doing cool stuff. But
yeah, no, I get it. My Mud Hens jersey is in the closet. That's from when I was in Toledo, Christmas vacation day at the baseball stadium. Let's see here. I'm trying to. Mistress Macabre is going to be there, and I don't think that she will kill you Wednesday, but she will be there. I'm going to Famous Monsters all 3 days and attending both of Wednesday's photo ops. I've been a fan for years, but I've never got to meet him. Well, Mistress Macabre 13, you were going to have a good old time.
And this is my first photo op. Normally, I just sign at the tables and do pictures there, but I don't normally do like a photo op, which is separate with their cameras and stuff. So I'm planning on bringing some of my stage gear, and I will be a little more dressed up than the at-home look.
You know what happens when you deal with those photographers. You got to stick to your pose.
I'm gonna push them pups together and get out there on the dance floor, show them what I got. Beauty's on duty.
Does Wednesday know if he'll have a concert in Illinois? I think it's a little early for that. I'm sure he will, but
he will absolutely be in Illinois.
Okay, this is Wednesday 13's nail polish. I don't usually take questions from nail polish.
All right.
But guys, I don't know how to refund the concert tickets and VIP tickets to Wednesday's USA tour. Anyway, the answer to that is the VIPs have been automatically refunded. So check your account. I believe it's National Axe is the company that Wednesday uses. And if they didn't, you got to email them directly because Wednesday didn't handle the money.
That's
and
correct.
then as far as concert tickets, same thing. You got to go to your point of purchase. They might give you the option to go to a reschedule. They might give you get your money back. Wednesday won't be there.
Someone told me that I don't know where they heard this info, but someone said that someone told them they had till the 30th to get a refund, which is tomorrow or 2 days from now. Either way, I don't know, but yeah, you just contact your point of purchase, and if you don't want to be a part, go to the tour, you can get a refund. And if
I don't want to go,
so if not, you can go to the tour.
I don't want to go.
Yeah, I wish it was earlier and we could do it, but I don't want to be the opening act playing at 6:45 doing 7 songs when we got
Wednesday, this is going to be the biggest record of your career. It's going to be viral. People are going to be excited.
Oh yeah.
And so we don't have time. I use the royal we. We don't have time to be opening for these other bands.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
This is your moment.
I wish I had time to do it, but we'll be doing our own thing. So get ready for that. And I'm already talking about video stuff. I've met with someone that I'm going to be doing a album cover shoot with, video, everything. I'm going for it. I'm going all the way.
Yeah, all the way on this one. You were saying they saw a video with a different bass player than Matt Thorne. We had a special guest bass player.
I saw that
on
guy.
Stage. I can't think of his fucking name. His first, Rick Fox. Rick Fox. Allegedly, he was the original bass player or something with Wasp. He wrote songs. There's a lot. He's going to come on the show one day to talk about. But he had a demo. That was Rick Fox, and he was also in Steeler, and he was in Keel. He Right to Rock. So he came up for one song. Matt is still in the band and doing fantastic. Matt is going to have new merchandise very soon. I told Matt, no one understands all this nonsense that you're making, these futuristic. I said, people want collectibles. So he's going to have a new pick set. You're going to get one from Rough Cut, one from RATT. He was one of the original bass players of RATT, and one from Jailhouse, for those of you who like the deep stuff. Anyway.
That's what I want. I want to please come back to me pick. It says Matt Thorne on one side, and the other side says please come back to me in pink. That's what I want.
I'm going to put that request in.
Yeah.
Sometimes I get just look at this one Wednesday. Like, what does this mean? First of all, his username is bizarre, or they.
Harry
And
Winkle, tampon. Oh, I have all the records.
they're here for the gorgeous ladies.
But that's a dog in that picture, so I think we might be getting hoodooed here. Dogs can't type. Well, except for Benji, but he's passed. He's passed since.
Yeah, everyone's excited now, and people asking the different places that they would look. He's going to hit. He's going to be everywhere.
We're going to be touring, and here's the thing: we're doing 2 legs of the tour. I think the first half's going to be like 40 dates, and then we're going to do another half later in the year, probably the rest of the places we didn't hit. If we're not coming to your town, it's because your promoter didn't buy the show. It has nothing to do with us not wanting to play your town. So hit up your venues. Tell me you want to see Wednesday 13. That's how it happens. Because some of these places go, I've never heard of this guy. Who is it? What is it? What is this?
Mm-hmm. I ain't never heard of no Wednesday 13.
The good old boys played a half hour ago.
Mm-hmm. For those of you, people who enjoy a good reference, that's a good one.
It's great because that guy in the good old boys is Murdoch in Rambo.
Mm-hmm.
And I love that. It's just two great roles.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Well, Sean must have got disconnected, is what I'm thinking. Let's see, because I think he's. Oh no, he's still there. We are the Good Old Boys band. If you haven't seen the Blues Brothers, feel free to watch it sometime. We were at some airport lounge, and they thought we were with like Rascal Flatts jam band or something, and we just said yes and went in anyway. And I said, I think we're going to have to play Rawhide now because we're imitating another band.
I was going through my albums, rearranging some stuff here, and I found a Festus album from Gunsmoke. Lots of smoke. Gee, that's a lot of smoke. Damn.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like a chimney over here. Chim chimney, chim chimney, chim chim chimney.
Ed O'Neill's here from Married with Children.
Yeah. I love his movie. Was it Dutch?
Dutch. Dutch Clutch all day long.
It's a good one.
What does the 13 stand for in Wednesday 13? I mean, the question isn't really that good, but I do like seeing Ed O'Neill.
Well, I've never really been asked it like that. 13's it's an unlucky number. It's so unlucky, most hotels won't have a 13th floor.
When they do, I stay on it, I'll tell you that.
And when they do, they give it to me. Mm-hmm. And Mistress Macabre, 1313 Mockingbird Lane. It's
Speaking of
just
cool merch,
it's a number. I wanted something cool. I wanted a number in my name. I wanted, I'm like, oh,
you don't know any more explanations of these people.
yeah. But I'll keep giving them. I can do it though.
My merch is coming soon, and I can't wait to share it with you. The president of the Patreon and the merch department is on their way. They just graduated law school, so once they get involved, everything will be a lot more organized, if you will. Okay, so
See,
that's
someone's funny here and says, "Where's Wednesday 1 through 12?" Well, that's not actually as funny as you probably think, because the original idea was to have 13 different aliases and characters that I played. And when I was doing my old band, I would switch out wigs, and I had 3 or 4 different aliases. There was Wednesday 13. There was Queenie 6. There was Audrey 3. And there was another one that I came up with, but I never got to complete the whole 13. But Audrey 3 was a play on Audrey 2 from Little Shop of Horrors.
Yeah. I've
Yeah.
never seen this Dutch movie, to be honest. And it's funny, I think it's written by John Hughes, and I'm usually a fan of John Hughes. Sean says, "What's your vacation alumni?" The answer is Vegas Rusty Griswold, Ethan Emery. He's in it, but I don't know. I got to see it. I remember it. I don't think I ever saw it. Did you?
I don't
really
think
watch
I've seen it all the way through. I remember he's kind of a jerk in it, and the little kids. I don't know. There was some bad language in it, so it's worth watching.
Mm-hmm. Wednesday, will you have a Halloween sale for your merch? Wednesday, I got to have you come on and do one of these whatnot things that I do with Steven, where we do a live auction. And so for those who haven't watched it, we'll give you a code that gives you $15 off your first purchase. Wednesday will be there live. He can sign your stuff for you live, write your name, whatever the hell you want. And it's like doing this show, except you can buy cool Wednesday merchandise. So
let's do it.
Yeah,
I didn't know you could do that. Let's do it.
Yeah, so we'll talk more about it and do it, and it'll be a fun thing. And also Wednesday, you can get merchandise at these convention appearances. I think there will be more. It says here, this might be a strange question. I haven't read it, but I'm a fan of strange questions. Wednesday 13, what happened to all the characters merch on the 13 Dead Kids? I barely see any of it for sale since it's quite an odd thing, but I'm interested. This might have been French, what she just said. Wednesday, translate that.
All right. This person is talking about a clothing character line that I had called the 13 Dead Kids. In 2003, 2004, when Murder Dolls just got off the road, we were told, or Joey was basically telling us, Slipknot was going to be done within 8 months, and Murder Dolls will be back on the road. So in the meantime, my daughter was like 3 or 4 years old, and I was reading stories to her every day, and I drew these characters called the 13 Dead Kids. They were kind of like a children's, well, my version of children's kind of like Emily the Strange, if that's more of a comparison, sort of hot topic comparison. And because of the Murder Dolls success we had, I got a deal with this huge merch company called Cinderblock, and they flew me out to Vegas. I did the big merch show out there. I had all my stuff released in like stores and like Hot Topic, and then I realized Murder Dolls wasn't happening, and I was like, "Why? I don't want to do this. I want to play music." So I stopped doing it, and that's where it ended. And plus, me and my ex-wife, which is my ex-wife, that split up, and it went with that. But if you can find it, it's cool. It's cool stuff. If you see a picture of a little kid's feet with a toe tag, that's actually my daughter's feet.
That's funny. It's probably highly collectible now.
Yeah, I still see it occasionally, but it was cool to do. I mean, it was something fun to do, but I didn't want to be doing cartoons, and I wanted to rock, so I did.
Yeah, and still are. All right. coming up on an hour, 40 minutes. This has been an interesting show. I tried to tell you a little bit about what I've been up to. Wednesday told you, answered some questions. Sean showed us what it's like to fly on a Lear jet. And it's been one of those shows.
Oh, I didn't talk about. I went and saw Tough last weekend.
Oh yes,
I
that's
saw-
right. This is big news.
I saw our buddy Stevie Rochelle. Actually, I went to Tough's rehearsal. I sent you a video.
I watched it last night. I find, when you're on the road, you take a minute. I finally sat down and watched it. Stevie Rochelle was wearing like yellow beach shorts.
He was at rehearsal. He was. Everybody was relaxed. But I have to say this, and I sent you the video, and I was excited. But that was the first rehearsal with Michael Lean playing with Tough. In I don't know how many years it's been. Stevie could correct me, but I think it was 30 some years or whatever, 35 years maybe. And he looked exactly the same. I couldn't believe it. It was like he hit pause. His hair was exactly the same. He was the same, and
He's
played
very wealthy. He's very wealthy.
Yeah, and he played awesome. It was so cool. I couldn't stop smiling, and went to the show the following night, and I hung out with.
I can't believe you went to the show.
I went to the show with my friend Rayan. Came in from North Carolina. I went there with him, and then I was hanging out with him, and then I ended up talking to Danny Dangerous and Joe Normal of the Zeros. So I'm hanging out with the Zeros, watching Tough, and I'm just like, I can't. Like 15-year-old me would have been like, what the hell is going on? It was so cool. So I had a great time. So thank you to Stevie for taking care of us, and that was a cool thing to see.
Yeah, listen, getting you out of the house.
I know, right?
That's not an easy feat. You must have been expecting a quiet turnout. How was the turnout?
It was good. It was a good turnout. It was cool. I met a lot of people. It's crazy how this has become like a hometown thing for me. I can go hang out at the Whiskey now, and I know somebody there every time I go there now. Like when you and I went, we ended up talking to 20 people that were there.
Yeah, that's very cool. I like Stevie, and never has someone done more with not an A-list band, but he keeps it going, and it's exciting, and he keeps it going for those fans, and new people find it every day. I love Stevie.
The thing that was so cool for me was Tough was the first club show I'd ever seen. It was the first band I ever seen in a club. I wasn't even really old enough probably to get in if it wasn't an all ages show. And I joined the Tough fan club out of the back of Metal Edge magazine, and Stevie had sent me an autographed flyer, and Michael Lean called me on my birthday. Like I remember chatting with him about it. It was such a crazy full circle moment,
Do you know the restaurants that Michael Lean owns?
Yes, we talked about it. I forgot the name of it though. If you remember, you can say it out.
It's a bagel joint. Stevie Rochelle said it on the show many times, but go out there.
I never had a bagel. Let's go.
Yeah, nice. We can get a lean. Everything should be lean though. We should have lean bagels, lean pastrami. Let's have a serious moment.
Lean cotton candy.
Yeah, as if we haven't been serious enough. What is your comment or your sincere thoughts on Jack Russell passing? So I will go first on this. We were on the road. I got the call that Jack Russell had passed. Then my phone blew up with a lot of people saying that Jack had passed. I interviewed Mark Weiss 2 days before, and I said, Mark, you probably took the last picture of Jack Russell for his book cover. A lot of people don't think he's going to live. Turns out that Jack was already dead when I did that interview. He died a week before they announced it. So it was a little morbid. I think Jack Russell had a great voice, one of the great bluesy rock singers. And unfortunately, he'd been a bit of a mess in his life, between drugs, alcohol, and then health issues. And, I don't want to remember the bad, but boy, there was some. And then as far as the fire in Rhode Island goes, a lot of people hate Jack Russell. And I've always been weird about it. I don't think that a tour manager would set off pyro on their own. The tour manager went to jail. Jack Russell didn't. Seems strange to me. A tour manager does what their artist tells them to do. Listen, he's gone now. No reason worrying about it. But I felt that was a little bit shady, if you will. I think Jack Russell was aware of what happened. But we lost a rock legend type, and we're going to lose a lot more. At some point, there will be none of those great rock singers from the '80s that we grew up on. So it's a shame. They're trying to continue and call it Once Bitten. I think it's a stupid idea, but whatever.
Really?
Yeah, they already did one show, like a tribute. Tony Montana, not the guy from Scarface, but the bass player who was in Great White, he
Mhm.
says they're going to continue as Once Bitten and use other former singers for Great White. They said that's what Jack would have wanted. I don't know. Have you ever met Jack Russell?
No, I wasn't a big Great White fan. Obviously, I knew of them and knew of what they were in the world of rock. And I remember when Once Bitten, Twice Shy came out. That was a super cool song. I remember getting my brother getting the single and
Hmm.
driving around in his car full blast. And Mr. Bone was the flip side, and I thought that song was even cooler. That's probably my favorite Great White song, if I had to pick one.
Yes,
But
I remember when I lost my virginity. It was about a month or two ago. A Great White song was playing. Isn't that crazy? Great White cassette or something.
weird.
It was
Um,
to cover up the crying. I think the noise.
but yeah, I mean, he was a great front man, and that whole tragedy and Rhode Island. I mean, it's such a horrible thing, and to see how that guy, what it did to him. I know a lot of people hated him, and well, it definitely took a toll on him. I was thinking about it. I did that metal show with Eddie Trunk and Florentine and those guys. Uh, I was on the episode where I stumped the trunk, and Jack Russell was the guest with Alice Cooper. And I remember, and this had to be 2012, maybe something like that. So 12 years ago, and I remember seeing him then, just going, man, this guy's been through a lot of shit. You could just see it, and then to hear that he was 63, that's not that old.
No, no, he
But I,
looked
I would have
very
never,
good.
and I'm not bagging on the guy, but or anything. I didn't realize he was that young, and just it's just a sad situation. I can't say anything bad on the guy. It's horrible. And we were watching some of the videos on your show of some of his last shows, and we talked about this happening, or the day this was going to happen. So it sucks to see anybody from growing up and seeing bands, whether you liked them or not. You're in the community and you feel it. You're in a band, you relate to these people. So it's horrible. So to anybody that's into that band, of condolences, or
Yes, and
that's
since
all I
we're
got to say.
thank you, Wednesday, and since we're staying classy about this, Sean says, "Okay, Jack Russell's off the table. Who's next for the Metal Deadpool?" It's a good question. Uh, Jack
Uh,
Russell was the most obvious, and he delivered. People told me this guy will be dead, and they almost had it to the date. Uh, let's think, who is not healthy? Slim Tender? No.
I just saw a video of Slim Tender having a beer with a little kid dressed like him, and I cannot stop laughing at it. It's the it's the
Oh, you want to throw Don Dokken in the pool?
I don't want to. I don't want to do that. I feel
He can't
bad.
swim, I bet.
I don't want to. I don't want to do that to these. There's a bunch of people that I could say that I think are possible, and I don't want to. And I don't want to think that. But
Sean, you want to jump in and since Wednesday's so woke? Oh, Chris agreed.
I'm woke.
Chris agreed with Don Dokken. Chip's enough. I don't think he's
No,
100
I
years
don't want.
old.
I don't want to be on Blabbermouth tomorrow. Wednesday 13 says Ozzy Osbourne's got 2
Don't
weeks.
say it. Oh
Yeah.
no!
So
Don't
no,
say it. Sean doesn't want to hear that one either.
no, I know. That's why I'm not saying anything.
Lisa said Lou Graham. I'll tell you what. I'll see your Lou Graham and I'll raise you a Mick Jones. Lou Graham was fine. Mick
Yeah.
Jones is not. Now Mick Jones is sick. I'm not trying to make fun of anyone having illness, but I think Mick Jones will pass long before A lot of people think
I think that might happen too. And I don't know. I hope Steven Tyler hangs in there. I hope there's not more to that Aerosmith cancellation than they're talking about.
Paul Diano, who's canceled 3 interviews on my show. Mick Mars. Some of these people like Mick Mars, he has a disease.
I didn't want to say Mick Mars either, but that's a possibility too.
Well, but I don't think that disease will necessarily kill you. And that's the same with Ozzy. And Sean is concerned that you put a jinx on Ozzy.
No, I didn't say. I'm just saying people like, I can name Ozzy, Mick Mars, Steven Tyler. I could list anybody that's in those years.
Sean's throwing Ace Frehley in there.
Ace Frehley, I thought the same thing. He's like, I don't know. I've been watching some videos. He ain't looking so sober.
When we're talking privately, the 3 of us, I can tell you guys some great Ace Frehley stories, like current ones, like of what a fuck up he is. Rest in peace to Sid Vicious. The wrestler. There's a wrestler named Sid Vicious, and all the headlines were "Rest in peace, Sid Vicious." I was like, boy, they're late to the.
I know, and I thought about it today because I'm always the guy that every time I hear news, I'm like, T-shirt. Remember the old Sid Vicious shirt? It was the sun. That was like Sid Vicious dead that everybody had. I was thinking they should do that, but with this Sid Vicious.
Yes, I agree.
Just weirded up.
All right, let's see. Lisa says.
I also have another idea for a T-shirt. I wanted to have a defund the police T-shirt, but have Sting on it.
Yeah,
and on the back it says every buck they make.
I like that. Chris Holmes, a few years ago, I would have said it too. He's had cancer, but I don't know. I've seen him and he looks pretty damn good. I'm impressed. What about a mugshot shirt of you Wednesday? That's a good idea.
That could be done. I could probably have that done by Friday.
Yeah, start shopping now. Is this mugshot of yours really easy to find?
Probably. I don't know. I haven't really looked it up recently.
Now, Joey Jordison apparently has some mugshots as well.
Really? I haven't seen his mugshot, but he should have some.
Let's see if we can't find it.
If he doesn't have a mugshot.
Well, the page I was looking at.
The band. We all had to have mugshots to get in the band.
But I think a Wednesday 13.
Yeah, it could be all right. I've got eyeliner on in it at least. I look startled, and I've got like a big clump of my dreadlocks are like hanging over here, so I kind of look like a Rastafarian. Like I was thinking about some Rastafarian.
I'm looking for it. I keep getting pictures of Trip Eisen.
Oh, that's the one. Yeah.
And then there's something called a Racy Shea, friend of yours.
Mistress McCobb says it's hard to find. That's probably true. It's probably true.
So, did this Racy Shea get arrested?
Oh yeah, I bailed him out, so he definitely got arrested. Okay. I'll never forget that morning.
So you've had ACs and Racies?
ACs, Racies, Stacy. I had a Stacy in the band too. Actually, Stacy was in the band when Racy was in the band.
No Tracy's though.
No Tracy's.
Not yet. The night is young. I'm looking for it.
Sean said Andy McCoy was in the death. I think he's got too much Keith Richards in him to go out like that.
I think that's a good one. I think if Sean took that, I think Andy McCoy is. One day it's going to catch up.
Yeah, well, it might.
One day it's going to catch up. I didn't find. I'm really working hard here to
I have a new
find.
song on my record where I'm actually praying to God that He would end someone's life. It's a very special song. You know,
I believe me, I like it.
it's not about
Uh,
anybody in particular at all, but it's just about someone like, man, imagine someone really hating someone so bad that they get up every day and they run to get the newspaper just to read the obituary, and it's like,
is this your mugshot?
man, no, that's my high school picture. Check that out.
Oh,
You
look
know what's
at
crazy? This is like my senior photos,
that.
and I didn't graduate, but I did the pictures that
You,
early
you,
that year
you
in
did the
hopes that
photo.
I would be graduating. So that just, you know,
Mhm.
my mom got all these photos though, so it made her happy. That's the whole reason I went to school, is to make your parents happy. Nothing to
Yes,
do for education or anything.
yes, I agree. Well, I'm trying to find your mugshot. It's not
Well, I guess
easy.
it's good it's not up there.
Maybe, but that's well. Then it's good for you to market it.
Yeah,
Uh,
that's good.
is this your?
I posted it. I posted it.
Is that your mugshot?
Hell no. I look way cool. I've got like long black dreadlocks in it. And I
This
mean,
is
I've
the
got
stuff
a
that comes up though when you search for your.
man, that's no way. I never had a mullet that long.
Yeah, yeah.
I
Well,
had a shorter mullet.
you're gonna have to be in. Oh, I think I found it. I got
Uh-oh.
it. I
You
got
did?
it. Yeah, I think so.
I can explain this picture too if you got
All
the right
right.
one.
Sean wanted us to keep talking until he lands. So let me just make sure there's nothing incriminating in here. Yeah, this is it. All right, here we go. And by the way, let's say before we show this that Wednesday does not condone drinking and driving. He doesn't even
Not at
drink.
all. No, I
And
this is 2007. I was a young punk out raising hell.
Sean says he'd rather buy a shirt with the high school photo on it.
Maybe that's the flip side.
Flip side. Okay, people
Mhm.
are asking me. They say I'm trolling, but no, that is not true. I believe that this is the mugshot. I'm not positive, but it's got to be. Is that it?
Yep, there I am.
It's pretty rock and roll.
Well, you
I mean,
can't see.
Elvis has a mug.
It's way more rock and roll than you think. So let me explain what's going on. I'm actually in a sling because I broke my collarbone, and because I flipped my car. I always say 5 times because it seemed like it wouldn't stop flipping for the longest time. And so I'm in a sling because I had to go to the hospital before I went to the police department, and then I had to take all my piercings out. And the thing is so incriminating is like I wrecked my car by myself because I was an idiot. I didn't hit anybody, luckily, or do anything like that.
Right.
But I'm wearing a drink alcohol shirt in the Coca-Cola logo. I mean, it couldn't have been a worse shirt to wear. They're like, "You've been drinking?" I'm like, "Oh." I mean, like earlier, because I had been. I hadn't drinking a long. I mean, that was the thing. I was literally trying to get home, and it was a very stupid mistake. But yeah, now I got that beautiful photo out there on the intranets, and
Call Wednesday. Call the 13 clothing company,
mhm.
the
He's
executive.
on. I saw him on here earlier. He may be on
Oh,
the
nice.
comments. Kevin,
Well,
if you see that, let's get a outlaw shirt going.
limited run. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? For like from now into like or like 1 week during Halloween, you can pre-order the shirt, and that's it. And once they're gone, they're
Yeah.
gone. You know,
Yeah.
and he's not condoning. He's admitting that he screwed up.
No. Oh,
Keep
I
doing
went through hell. I got punished very hard for that, and which is why I don't do those things today. Um, yeah, I fucked up hardcore, and it was, man. I had to do community service. I had to go to classes. I had to do all kinds. I couldn't get into Canada for 10 years without paying a lot of money and going through a lot of hoops, and yeah. So learn from me, kids. Don't do it. Just say
Yeah.
no. just simply say no.
To everything. Just
Yeah,
say
to
no.
everything.
But anyway, the Wednesday 13 mugshot merchandise will be on sale very soon. Let's see here. Someone's asking about the Stephen Piercy work shirts that they see me model. I don't think they're for sale. I think there was a crew thing, although I'll sell you one of mine because that tour is over now. Now we're on the Back in the Cellar tour or something. But even though I don't perform in the Stephen Piercy band, I like to wear a uniform. I feel like when I go to the gig, I like to put on the same thing, same style every show. Same thing with these damn pictures. I said I just want to look the same in everything. I find what works, and I stay with it. I wish I was performing because I would have figured out how to lose more weight by now. Because I'm one of these people who says I'm not going on stage if I look like the drummer for that band. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
I'd like to talk to the drummer for that band and try to maybe do a intervention. All right. Sean says, I just saw a police video of a young girl that crashed her car during a high-speed pursuit, and they pulled her out of the car and noticed tattooed on her arm was a speedometer.
I thought he was going to say a tattoo of me.
I thought so
I'm like,
too.
well, how ironic.
Yeah. Or you can just drink at home, but yeah. I don't think it's interesting. I don't think Sean drinks either. I don't think the three of us. You would think a bunch of black hair wild guys out on the town
No,
would all be drunk.
I was stupid. And I lived in North Carolina. I wasn't near anything. And I was at a bar doing a gig with my country band. And of course you can't play a country gig without drinking.
Mhm.
And I thought I had chilled out. And I mean, I actually went to sleep. I rested for a few hours and tried to drive home, and I didn't make it. So I'm luckily I didn't hurt anybody. And I broke my collarbone. I fractured my ankle. I had to crawl out of my car like a tank. It was crazy. That I was listening to Slayer when I flipped my car. That was the most metal thing I've ever heard. Like you could actually hear metal on the road and hearing like Slayer, like war ensemble going.
Raven has a good question. Wednesday, I'm not old enough yet, but when I am, do I have permission to get a tattoo of you?
Not till you're 12. Not till you're 12.
He's from North Carolina. Now, Wednesday, I always freeze around this time. I knew it was going to happen.
Mm-hmm.
At the 2 hour mark, I freeze. But you should be, which means I'm going to restart and I'm going to pee, and then you are going to host the show.
Okay.
Hang out, answer some questions.
All
Try
right.
not to drive. And
All right. I
I
do not ever do that anymore.
No, I get it. I'll see you in just a minute. Thank you.
All right. All right. I'll take over.
All right.
Welcome everybody to Waste Some Time with Wednesday 13. I am Wednesday 13 and I'm wasting some time. I am in my new dojo. If you guys notice a new background behind me. I got this television just last night. It's over here on this side. I have it on some weird wormhole thing. It looks cool when you use this little device here and watch that real close. You get your eyes up real close to it. It looks really, really bizarre. Take some questions here. I'm looking. Let's see. What are some good questions here? Wednesday, are you still in touch with the other Frankenstein drag queen members? Yes, most of them. I do still speak with them. How is Scream doing? Scream is doing great. She is sleeping. If she wasn't sleeping, she would be in here right now. It's about time for her to come in here. She usually takes a nap to about 7 or 8, and then when I start making dinner, she'll come in here and want to hang out. So she's doing great. Someone said that I eat at Speedy's Barbecue in Lexington, North Carolina. Unfortunately, my Lexington, North Carolina days were really, really young days. Like I don't even remember anything about that. And I haven't been there in my later years, so no. But if I do go, that sounds like the place to go. Someone says the umbrellas look killer. If you know what he's talking about, we finally have them on the merch store. We have the I love to say woo middle finger umbrellas. They're available now on the store. They're affordable. They're $25 and they're shipping to Canada, USA, Australia, and somewhere else. Did I say Australia? Australia, UK, USA, Canada. All right. Either way, check it out. And if it doesn't ship to you, I'm sure it will tell you. Check it out. What we got here next? What is my favorite piece of memorabilia? That's a good question because I've been looking at all this crap that I've collected over the years, and I don't really know. I put some stuff in this glass case here. This is my autographed Fall Guy lunchbox, and right beside of it is an autographed American Werewolf in London VHS cassette from David Naughton, and behind that is a Phantasm autographed VHS autographed by Reggie from Phantasm. And that Gremlins lunchbox is actually autographed by Marilyn Manson, who I met when I was 18 years old. And I went to his concert with a lunchbox and waited for him outside of the show, and he signed it. And he signed "Pow Pow Pow." And some other junk up here. I've got a alien figure, Rambo, with Colonel Troutman, and Kenny Powers figure.
All right, hold on, Wednesday. I don't want to interrupt you, but I'm back.
Huh?
But
No,
not only am I back, Sean Clark is landed.
Whoa! Look at that.
He's safe and sound.
Look at that.
Do you recommend a flight, Sean?
Oh,
Hold on,
he can't hear us.
Hold on.
He's gone deaf.
Okay, now I can
He's
hear you.
gone deaf.
How was the flight?
Quick.
Yeah.
Nice. Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
That was not an hour and a
Yeah,
half.
the only downside,
seemed
it
fast.
said hour and 15 minutes, but it seemed less than an hour.
It was.
Pretty quick.
Yeah, that was quick. And now, do you have your limousine pick you up on the tarmac?
No, I texted Nay as I was landing, and I said, I'm landing. And she said, I'll start heading there. I'm like, great, now I'm going to have to wait. So.
Tarmac is offensive, guys. You can't say that anymore.
Bro.
What do they call it now?
I don't know. It's offensive. You can't say it.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Sorry.
Good question.
All right.
I
wanted to ask about the Marilyn Manson lunchbox. When you asked him to
Yeah.
sign a Gremlins lunchbox, did he say what is the purpose of this?
Well, they had a song called Lunchbox,
Okay.
and that was their second single, and it was about using your lunchbox as a weapon, which is why they got banned. So he's in the song. He says "pow pow pow," so he signed it. I used to carry all my crap around in it and carry it to school when I went to that show, and I was waiting for him, like, "Oh, will you sign this?" And everybody had lunchboxes at their shows back
You're
then.
friendly with him now. Have you told him that story?
Yeah, he knows I have that. I'm gonna try to get his. I want to steal his Kiss lunchbox from. He has the coolest lunchbox collection. He has everything, and they're all like in perfect shape.
Mm-hmm.
But he told me he didn't really care for Kiss anymore, so I'm gonna see if he'll let me have that lunchbox.
Yeah. All right. What are they giving you? An announcement, Sean? What's going on?
You tell them to shut their mouth.
I think they're waiting to get the bags lined up outside the door, so we grab them as we walk off.
You tell that guy behind you to talk trash now. You tell him what's up now.
Mm-hmm.
So once I can run.
You tell him that we bring it.
Mm-hmm. It
I don't
seems
know what
like
we bring, but we'll bring it.
It seems like a pretty good experience. I don't know though. $350 each way. It's yeah. There's conveniences, but I don't know. But we don't know how short. What did he show it?
Zero. I didn't pay anything.
No,
Oh,
right, absolutely. No. This was Sean is a guest. So if you could get a Southwest flight for like $50 sometimes. Now listen, it's like a Greyhound bus on there, but it's cheap. But a fun experience, and it made for an entertaining show, I believe.
Get on.
Well, it's not called a tarmac. It's called a landing strip.
Yes.
That's also suggestive as well.
I heard the Bush is back. I heard the landing strip is all news. The Bush is back.
We've got Bush. I hear perms are coming back too. I'm thinking about perming my hair up.
Perms are definitely back. All the young kids have perms. I see it.
You brought it up at the fair. You said all these girls have perms. I'm like, maybe I'll get a perm.
Yeah. Marilyn Manson's new song "Rocks." That's the Red Flag song, right? Is that the one that's out? Good song.
Awesome.
I like it.
Very cool.
Well,
he looks great, man.
Yeah.
That's the comeback story.
Yep.
Hopefully he can keep it going.
Yeah, I think he will. I'm excited. I'm excited to see him soon.
Bye, thank you.
All right, here we go.
Bye.
Let's take a look at this. This is like when the Beatles landed.
Guy behind
It is.
Yeah.
It's like Beatlemania.
Which bag do you think's mine?
You could do malfunction mania.
Look at his bag. Yeah. That's a grown man. Love it.
Of course.
Malfunction Mania has landed in Orange County. If any of you fans want to meet Sean Clark, well, you probably can't. He's in a private section. He's segregated.
Whoa, he froze.
Yeah.
Well, he's freezing up.
California.
He's going through some sort of warp.
California Wi-Fi is not as good as Vegas.
Went the wrong way.
There he is. All right.
Can you hear me?
Whoa, there you are.
I'm trying to figure out where the hell I'm supposed to go.
Hey, you're not wearing the same sweatshirt. What happened?
Yeah, Rob.
This continuity is not working.
I'm outside where you can see like the people that fly this airline, what kind of cars they drive. All fancy.
Whoa.
Well, all right. Well, let's see. We're all reunited now.
Look at that.
Beard guy. The guy was harsh on me the whole time.
Wonder what he's driving.
You tell him to meet me anywhere in Burbank, and I will get there.
Yeah, Sean, tell him.
You tell that guy I've had enough of his mouth.
Oh. Probably, I needed to use the bathroom, but I wasn't going to take you guys in there with me.
You should have used the bathroom on that bearded guy.
Yeah.
Did anyone use the bathroom on the plane, do you think?
I didn't see because it was in the rear and I was in the front. So,
Did anybody Gigi Allen on the plane and wipe their ass down the hallway like a dog?
I don't think so.
No.
It could have happened.
That's a good sign. If you ever see that happen, I would probably complain.
I was so enthralled by your guys' conversation, I wasn't paying attention to what was happening behind me.
People tell me often that the show helps them pass time. Well, we got through a flight. I mean, that's got to be good for something.
I thought you were going to say it helps people pass stones.
That too.
That's some Uber guy yelling at me.
You tell that bearded guy.
You tell that Uber driver.
You tell that dude that I said to shut his mouth. I am not going to. He's out of
He's pulling out of the parking lot right now. So you shut your mouth, man. All right, I did it.
Tell him.
As he's driving.
Anytime.
You hear the car? That's him.
Well,
anytime or place.
This is my new favorite character, Angry Wednesday.
Yeah, I just like to argue where someone cannot get to me at all. It's just like, you tell that guy.
Don't hold me back.
We're going to name that guy Negative Beard Guy.
Yeah.
And negative beard guy was just. I swear to God, when you guys said that, because I was like, I noticed he was kind of looking at me when I was on the live, and you could see him behind me, and so I kind of put it down so you couldn't see him. Then I read the comments that people were saying that guy was giving Sean dirty looks, and I turned around, I look at him, and he's just looking at me like this.
Yeah.
So, like, okay,
You should have turned around and did the old hot dog and the.
I should have gave him a little like wink, like.
Yeah.
No.
Should have went. It's like, do you use just for men? And go, no. And go, well, you should.
Yeah. Burn.
He's not a fan, but
Yeah.
What the hell were you saying that you use 10 something? What is it called?
He makes up the name of it. It's called It's a 10, I think. It's because it's got like 10 different things in it for your hair.
Okay.
But he called it just the 10 of us because it sounds better and it's easier.
That's how I remember.
I believe in you. I thought that was real for a minute. I'm like,
it is. It's as real as you want it to be.
Okay.
Well said.
Yeah.
Right. It's a 10 shampoo and conditioner. We got to get in on that. We could probably get a piece of the action for selling that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to remember what I use. Herbal Essence.
Herbal Essence is good. It's good on the road. It's affordable.
I like the smell, the strawberry.
But the ladies will tell you, oh, it's not good for your hair. Don't use that on your hair. They'll talk about like it's Coke or something.
I mean, it's the one for if you dye your hair. It's called Color Me something.
Color Me Bad.
Color Me Bad. Yeah, yeah. I wanna wash it up.
They were an excellent band. They were my favorite of the boy band.
That was quick, Sean. I couldn't think of the song, but that was quick. Yeah.
Yeah, that's them, man. Remember that one dude in the band kind of looked like a poor man's George Michael?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
There's
I miss those guys.
That's too old.
Much love to Color Me Bad. All right.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure one of them's got to be dead, right? I don't know.
Color Me Dead.
Color Me Dead.
Color Me Dead.
Yeah, that could be a good one.
That could be a boy band, a zombie boy band.
See, Nay's making me wait, man. This is bullshit. What kind of executive service is this?
I would Uber somewhere and make her find you.
Now ambulances are coming.
Uh-oh.
Yep. Because that guy was afraid. Because I gave him a dirty look back. I was going to beat his ass. He had to call.
You tell him that I'm still waiting.
Popo.
I'm waiting.
See, shit's going down.
Yeah, all of a sudden things are getting serious.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's a jumping night out there.
You tell that guy he's going to need more ambulances than that.
That's right.
Mm-hmm.
What you said.
This has been quite the show. Originally, Sean forgot to come on, and then he did come on. Yeah, and then
That's how important you guys are to me.
Right. Well, listen, we don't have the money to fly you out on private planes.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, if you'd flown me out to your studio, like the Talks from the Crypt did, you should have seen dude. He got me. You should see the room. He got me this crazy suite. I mean, I walk in, double doors, bathroom, huge executive boardroom type table, living room, giant big screen. Then another door that went in Vegas. It was the Rio. I asked to stay at the Rio because my friend lives near there. I usually just stay there. Funny thing, the first time I've ever stayed there and I didn't go even near the Kiss mini golf area. I didn't even walk by it.
Yeah, I was gonna say usually it's Kiss. Have you tried?
I was just thinking about those little spider robots today.
Well, we gotta go
the
see
runaway robots.
Mm-hmm.
Have either of you tried the money bag soda?
No.
Yes. Yep.
What did you think?
You're telling me Wednesday has tried something I haven't?
Yes, because there's a fan that brings them to us on tour. He brings all the Gene Simmons ones, and we've tried all of them. There's like a Gene Simmons ginger ale too, I think, right?
There is.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that. I drink all those. I had the soda, and then there's like a root beer, I think. I've tried all the ones that guy brought.
Nice. I got to try this just in. If you have tickets to the canceled Cold Chamber show, you have until September 16th to request a refund via Live Nation. That might just be based on San Diego. But listen, get your money back.
Yeah.
Here is Jimbo, and Jimbo is putting up some New Zealand money. Thank you so much for the super chat. I think this is 20 million New Zealand dollars. When is the next tour diary coming out? It's a good thing you asked because I just finished editing it. It's the M3 Music Festival, and it'll be out Friday. You can check that out on this channel. Thank you for the super chat. Did you know he tried, Sean? He tried the Beetlejuice Fanta sour.
So
punch.
bad. Not
I heard.
good.
I heard it's really bad.
It's really bad. I'm up for trying. Like I look out for sodas when Dr. Pepper makes new stuff. I go out, like I'm adventurous like that. But this was really bad. It was way worse than I thought it was going to be. Like it's not good.
You think it's meant to be that way?
I hope not. It's not good. It's like, I don't know. I was very disappointed.
Did you know that Denny's has a Beetlejuice menu?
I did hear about this.
I was just
Are we going and trying everything? That should be a video.
Let's go do it.
I think we should. Let me know what day you guys are available.
I'm
You go
home.
fly
I'm
into
home.
There's a Denny's right there at the airport.
I'm home until the 11th, 10th or 11th. So
I don't know if I can. Hold on. Let me see if I can
and
bring up.
I think that'd be about the time you'd be leaving too Wednesday because you're going to Famous Monsters and I'm
Yes.
going to Horror Hound.
Hold on. This image is not big enough. Let me get a bigger.
We're gonna need a bigger boat
I need a bigger
for
boat.
that menu.
Let me work on this. Yeah, I wish I was going to hang out with you guys. You guys sound like you're going to much more fun places.
Oh, the little lady's pulling up. We'll say hi to
Uh-oh.
her, and she won't want to be on probably, but we'll say hi to her, and here she comes. Here she comes rolling up like a baller in her
Finally,
in
some
her
eye
muscle car.
candy.
Yeah. Let's
Tell
see.
her about the bearded guy and tell her and act like you're really upset about it and that I got in a fight with him. Just make up something. Make up some drama.
There's
right.
the menu.
Should I tell her I got in a fist fight?
Well, I'll eat all of that right now.
All right, hold on.
Look at that. Is that a hamburger?
Oh, hold on. Let's see.
Am I going to try a Beetlejuice hamburger? Don't make me try it.
Hey, babe.
All right. Does she know that we're broadcasting?
She's not happy.
Well, we needed a little eye candy in this show.
I'm
I
not
gotta
looking.
put my seatbelt on.
Yeah, it's been a sausage fest.
You're online, babe. Not cool. I almost got in a fist fight with some bearded guy.
Yeah. I told him to shut his mouth.
They had to restrain me. They held me. 3 guys held me back. But anyway, we'll talk about it later. I won't show her because she's giving me some serious stink eye. You think the bearded guy was giving me stink eye? Forget about it. I'll put these back in.
Yeah. But, well, listen, Sean's living the life. He's got a beautiful person picking him up at the airport, and then he's flying on the Concorde. He's living it up. This could be you guys. When I was in Gatlinburg, they said that Dick Warlock was going to come to the Hair Metal Festival. He didn't show up, Sean.
I didn't think he would.
That was a different Dick Warlock. That's like the Dick Warlock, as in like a mythical character.
The Cock Warlock.
Yeah, he's more like he was in Manowar.
His son Billy Warlock didn't show up either, of Baywatch fame. But
what about Lance Warlock of Boombox?
Yeah, no, there was no Warlocks there. Doro Pesh wasn't even there.
Oh, and definitely Julian Sands didn't show up.
No.
Too
People
soon.
are saying that the Beetlejuice hamburger is very good.
Or was
You
it
know what?
already?
It looks all right. And here's the thing: like, I don't know why I haven't tried a hamburger. I should. I like steak. Maybe
You think
the
this is where
burger's
you're going to
next.
start?
Beetlejuice Foods.
Look at that. I could try that. Get rid of that tomato and that lettucey looking stuff.
Take
Maybe
off everything off
replace
there.
it with some French fries. I'm
I
into
got
it.
another image here. Hold on, I got another image of it. Let me get rid of that one.
Look at
And
those
then we'll read the
pancakes. Why
menu.
couldn't we try those pancakes first?
Well, let's
Because we
see.
didn't
Hold on.
know the future.
Yeah.
It's true. Yeah, who knew it? We didn't think you'd go for it the first time.
Time Rider. I need to go back in time and eat all
You
this
and
All right,
stuff.
here-
Remo Williams need to hang out.
I could be Time Eater. I go back in time and eat stuff like a normal person.
Here,
I like it.
That's a great movie.
all right, here are some of the items on the menu. Hold on,
Oh.
right there. So
That bacon
they've
looks
got
undercooked.
they've got a
That
say it
Sunday
3
looks good.
times slam, which is bacon, eggs, and pancakes with the black and white Beetlejuice suit look. They have the Beetlejuicy burger. Not sure what goes on that. There's the Afterlife melt. Have you ever had a patty melt, Wednesday?
Yes, I
is it a
have.
patty melt?
I like stuff that melts. So
Is it a patty melt or a grilled cheese? I can't see it. It's so small.
What's the
I think
difference?
it says it's a melt.
What's the difference?
I don't
Because
know.
the patty
This
melt
one's-
has a burger in it, has a patty in it. May likes
I-
patty melts. She would like the Beetlejuice Afterlife melt.
Afterlife, right. Then they have
Alright.
the cookies and cream shake,
Oh,
which is
I'm up.
topped.
Yeah.
It's topped with
I'm up
whipped
for that.
cream, Oreos, and green sprinkles.
I would eat all of it.
All we need to do to get you to try things is throw Beetlejuice's name on
I'll
it.
try. I'm going to the Beetlejuice thing tomorrow. The
Mhm.
Beetlejuice house in wherever that is tomorrow. So
The
yeah,
The Beetlejuicy burger is a monster burger, 3/4 pound patties, 3 strips of bacon, 3 slices of provolone cheese, slathered in a signature diner Q sauce. What is that?
it sounds questionable.
That sounds
Also-
like something we need to buy and cut up to try.
Yeah. Pickles,
Includes
onions.
pickles? No.
You
Onions?
can take
No.
the pickles off.
No.
Calm down.
Lettuce,
Yeah,
get
we
out of
don't-
there.
Now, the Afterlife melt. Rumor has it this sandwich tastes so good that you get a glimpse of the afterlife.
Wow.
It's fried
This year-
mozzarella sticks, plus melted American and provolone grilled between 2 slices of artisan bread. So this is more like a grilled cheese, like Sean said. There's no patty in this melt.
No.
I've
I
never
think you
even
can
heard
eat
of
this.
artisan bread. That sounds fancy.
They're also doing this menu 2, 4, 6, and 8. They're bringing it back.
What?
Yeah,
Was
like
that-
you can order. You can add things to your Beetlejuice menu. One thing is $2, one thing is $4, one thing is $6, and one is $8. All those things look fun. I would try every one of those.
Yeah.
If we can't all get together at the same time, what we're going to have to do is all go to a Denny's individually
We could do that.
And do this.
and do this. Yeah, and I'm ready whenever you guys are, because there's always a Denny's. And we'll see if it's good.
Yeah.
Now, Wednesday, is there anything
I
you
want to go
would-
there right now. Let's go to Denny's right now. Nay, take a left.
Is there anything here Wednesday that you would not dare try?
What, on that menu you just showed me?
These 4 items in front of you. Yeah.
No, I just would take some of the stuff off of that burger. But is that the burger I want to try, though? I don't know if that's the burger I want to try. It doesn't look horrible. I mean, if I want to get a burger, I need to go somewhere good, like the Burger King. Because he's probably got the best burgers, right? What you
No, he
laughing? He's obviously the king for a reason.
He does.
Sean,
Come on.
what would
He does.
you recommend he starts his burger time with? People love
I don't know.
In-N-Out, but I don't think that's a first-time burger because it's
They
different.
have five
Maybe.
guys, maybe.
Five Guys might be closer because I feel like your first burger should be off the grill, traditional style.
That's too many guys for me.
You don't want five guys in you? Come on.
No, I don't. I'll take less than 5. Maybe In-N-Out's the way to go. People will go crazy for that.
People
Like,
love it.
So maybe that's the place I try it.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, if you eat too much of this stuff Wednesday, this is what's going to happen. You're going to look like this guy.
Look at that.
Yeah, you better be careful. Yeah.
Oh man.
It'd be
My hair
Wednesday
was like
15.
my hair was like down to my waist there too. I was in a sling and I had my arm up like this.
You
And I have
look
no
like-
eyebrows there either, so I look even more like I look like a chud.
When you were in the big house, was it scary? Was there anyone in the cell with you or anything?
No, because I had a broken collarbone. They didn't put me in gin pop. I got to sit out and let all the effects wear off my body before they turned me over out into the public again.
Did someone post bail for you?
Yes, the ex-wife. I remember when I called her. You know, they called and they were like, Charlotte Mecklenburg Police Headquarters collect call from, and you're supposed to say your name real quick, and I just went, I'm in jail. And I think that was worse than actually going to jail was dealing with my ex-wife. So believe me, I was punished for this, kids. I was really punished.
Those were the good old days of collect calls when you couldn't afford to make the collect make a call. So you make a collect call and then say calling back on this number, or and you read the number.
Right. But no, I don't have any good police stories. I didn't have anybody I had to stand up to, and there was no shanking, nothing like that. Just had to leave and go pick up my car that was destroyed in a tiny little ball, like Godzilla.
White Castle is not the place to start. A lot of people are bringing it up. That is such a not.
What about that place that's like White Castle, Crystal Burger? How about that?
I don't even know what that is.
No.
I'm kidding.
Is that a real
guys,
movie?
I'm going to jump off.
Okay, Sean. I'm glad that you were able to stop by. Give our best to Nay, and we'll see you. We'll do this again soon. I think we'll figure out a day when we can all go to a Denny's and broadcast. I think that's the show that everyone's been waiting for. Thanks, Sean.
I think so.
Sean's thing is working again.
Oh, look at that.
Whoa.
Do the piece? Oh, what happens if I do that? Anything? No?
No.
Oh,
Nope.
well. Yeah, how do you get the balloons and I don't get the balloons?
I
That's
got
not
the
fair.
magic touch.
All right, Sean. We'll see you.
I'm just walking around in a dream. Oh well. See you guys later.
See you soon. Thank you.
Later.
All right. Well, that was Sean Clark. Well, anyway, Wednesday we're going to figure it out. We're all going to go to a Denny's. And
Yeah, that's a good idea.
We'll try it. It'll be fun for the people watching at home.
You know, I want to try a burger. I just don't know where I need to try the burger at. Just going to do it. I mean, what's the difference? It's just steak. Just prepared a different way.
A lot of people are saying, like, go to like a diner or like an American kind of restaurant. The place by your house is probably good. Bob's, Big Boy.
Good. Bob's is the place to do it? I don't know.
I think it might be. I mean, you want a hamburger off the grill, and you don't want all that bullshit on it.
What kind of bun do I get? Are there different kind of buns? Do I get a special kind of bun? Because I don't like just every kind of bun.
If you're starting, you want to start with just a
regular bun.
A regular bun for your first time.
I'm thinking, what's the one called? Why do you say it? Brioche.
Yeah.
See,
BJ's. Someone
brioche.
says BJ's have great buns.
BJ. I don't know what is a BJ? I mean, I know what a BJ is, but what is a BJ burger?
A BJ's is the place by your house.
BJ's? Why am I drawing a blank?
You and I go for BJ's all the time.
Oh, that BJ's. Durr. Okay, I'm sorry. I got a potty mind tonight. I'm thinking about can't get my mind out of the gutter.
Some people say Wendy's, but yeah, a plain
Wendy's. You know what? I feel like Wendy's looks like they might have a good burger that I would get into.
In all your youth, you never were tempted to have a McDonald's burger?
No, not even once. Because the chicken McNuggets shine so bright.
Yeah, I get that.
That's like when they had the styrofoam chicken McNuggets, back when they had dark meat chicken McNuggets with little weird pieces. Way better. I used to trade those out. Trade out my white meats for dark meats to other kids.
I don't remember doing that, but I do remember the styrofoam, and I do remember enjoying
It tastes better in styrofoam. Everything tastes better in styrofoam.
Mm-hmm. You never had a McDLT?
I don't even know what it even. I've heard of it. I remember the song, the new McD LT. That was the song, right? Remember the jingle?
Not to be confused with DMT, which is a whole nother trip.
DMT. Oh no, McDLT. I remember the song, the new McD.
No, you're right. Jason
Yeah.
Alexander, George from Seinfeld, did the commercial and sang the song. Basically, in Downey, California, there is the world's oldest McDonald's, and they have a McDonald's museum where they have some of the styrofoam boxes that you can see on display. But
Mhm.
the idea behind the McDLT was the styrofoam box had two sides, and you keep your hots hot and you keep your colds cold. So the meat would be on one side and the veggies would be on the other side. And when you get it home, slap it together, you've got the greatest burger ever. Or so they.
So it was like the long box CD
Yes. Mhm.
of burgers.
Yes.
Kind
Yeah.
of. I get that. I understand that now. All right.
Let's see.
And the McRib's not really a rib. There's no bone.
They say the McRib is really just like a yoga mat with barbecue sauce. I'm okay with it though. And
you know what? I got a really nice yoga mat that I use every day to do certain things on. And I agree. But if I can find a food that tastes like the yoga mat, that's even better for me.
Well, it has the barbecue sauce on it. Would you eat onions?
No, and I had an onion today in my quesadilla, and I complained about it for about 30 to 40 minutes afterwards. I couldn't get it out of my taste, and I went into my bathroom and I got one of those tongue scrapers.
Mm-hmm.
So that's how much I don't like onions.
So you need to get the McRib with no pickles, no onion. Just the rib, the yoga mat.
Just give me the ribs.
And the barbecue sauce. You like barbecue
I'll try some barbecue sauce. I like barbecue sauce.
It's the same barbecue sauce you dump the nuggets in, basically. So that would be fine.
I always heard that you can't say that without saying barbecue sauce. You have to say it low register.
Mm-hmm.
Barbecue sauce.
I've been informed that in November the McRib will be back for a full month, and we'll go try one.
That's weird, but I'll do it.
I will do it with the pickles and the onions, but
that just doesn't even sound good. I like McDonald's every once in a while, but I don't know if I don't know. Maybe I could just get a McFlurry and watch you eat the McRib.
Maybe we'll do that. We've been here for 2 hours, 37 minutes, and 46 seconds. But who is counting? Go to officialwednesday13.com. You got to get yourself one of these, I love to say, F umbrellas.
Yes.
That's a cool item. And whatever other merchandise he has. Pretty soon, you're going to be able to get the limited edition mugshot photo. Like I said, that's not going to be around forever. It's not like, it comes and it goes. So you're going to want to get it. And then you could be one of the coolest kids on the block. And then you want to tune into the video of us at the fair. Link is in the description. Go subscribe to Malfunction. If you like horror movies, he's got you covered. We'll be back again, hopefully next Wednesday. I don't know what our schedules are.
Yeah. What is next? What day is that? I think I'm doing.
Were you coming to Vegas on the 8th?
I think so.
Let me know if that works out.
Yeah,
maybe
I got to figure it out. I am so confused. I don't have my calendar. I'm thinking about McRibs, McDLTs. I can't even think straight.
I will be here in Las Vegas on September 6th at the Downtown Events Center. Vixen, Stephen Piercy, and Vince Neil. The next day, I'll be at a thing called Rocktember with Vane and Loverboy. I wish I was making that up. And then I will be
Vane. I think I'm going to go see Vane Friday.
Nice, look at you beating the bullet.
Yeah.
And then I'll be home on Sunday, and maybe we'll get together if that is still in the cards.
Yeah.
I'm going to bring my red flag, which is really the white flag.
Yes.
So I hope he's selling red flags.
Let's hope. We can only hope.
Anyway, I thank everyone for watching. I think I got to everyone's super chats. I hate to be a jerk. I got to them, yes. And if you enjoyed this kind of ridiculous fun, join us again. Go binge watch some old episodes and go listen to Wednesday's music. And also, if you haven't seen Wednesday 13 in the studio exclusive video that I did, go watch that one. It's
Almost
just
10,000 views I saw on. I checked that out the other day.
10,000 views. Yeah, people really enjoying it. It was fun to do, and it'll wet your whistle, so to speak.
Yeah, you get a good little inside trip to the record. You get to hear a little bit of the music, and it turned out good.
We're gonna promote the hell out of this record.
Yeah.
You guys are gonna do it. All right, I got to get out of here. And thank you all for watching, and we will see you again shortly, soon or sometime.
Till next.